Woodward Sports Network, let's go!
Good morning to you. Welcome inside the Morning Woodward Show right here on the Woodward Sports Network. We are live every morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. live streaming on YouTube, on Twitter, on Twitch, and of course, Facebook. Thank you guys for waking up with us, for dropping in those comments this morning, being a part of the conversation. We appreciate it. And yeah, man, I'm just ready to go. It's the weekend. It's going to be like 77. Like, it's about to get wild in Detroit. We know how this goes. Once the weather goes up, the people go crazy.
We go up.
We go up. Let me introduce you to everybody that's here this morning. To my right.
What up, though? It's Corey.
To my left.
Captain Crunch, baby. We out here, baby.
Corey, what did you say about Joey's T-shirt?
Somebody looking at this T-shirt and right now the roof of their mouth hurt like hell. Like, damn.
That is the most true statement I've ever heard in my life right there.
And then we also have Alex in producer land. And then Mr. Fish. Fish, it's your favorite day of the week, buddy.
It is Friday.
Happy Friday to you, Fish.
Very excited. Weekend's tomorrow. A lot of stuff to go through. You guys don't care about 99% of it, but I will be watching. Busy weekend.
I don't like that
always.
You say weekend is tomorrow. I mean, it's later on today, Fish.
Okay, later on today.
Yeah. Yeah, once you get off the air 9 hours from now after standing in that booth all day. He just goes, So, yeah, thank you guys for waking up with us. Let's get right into a Detroit topic here. We kind of talked about this earlier in the season about Jeremy Grant making the All-Star team. Now it's coming to play that he is up for most valuable player, or most improved player in the NBA. And if you run down some of his stats, he's competing with the best of them. And if you look at Vegas odds right now, he's right up there with the favorites.
Yeah. He's having a really good season. He's broke a lot of Pistons records, but I'm going to be honest, if you're looking on the basis of most improved player, I mean, you got to go off his production. He's averaging 22.3 points per game right now. That's just above 10 more points than he averaged last season. It's the highest scoring average increase from last year to this year of any player. I mean, he's like I said, he set a lot of Pistons records, but when I'm looking at what Julius Randle has done with the Knicks and what Michael Porter Jr. has done, actually because of the absence of Jeremy Grant, I don't think that Jeremy Grant's going to get it. He may come in the voting. I'm thinking he's going to come third.
This is a tough one, and I'm kind of siding with you on this, Corey, because earlier on in the season, I was looking at this when it was all-Star time, and everyone was like, Jeremy Grant got to be this, and I was a part of that bandwagon. I was like, yo, Jeremy Grant better be a part of this All-Star. He got to be a part of this All-Star. Damn right. But then you really sit back and you look at how bad this basketball team really is. Statistically, we do damn well. We're probably the best statistically right now when you look at numbers, but we're still a 20-50 basketball team. So to Corey's point with Julius Randle, I mean, you're looking at the Knicks, who is a 6-seed team in the NBA. And when you see improvement, it's more than just improvement as an individual. It's improvement as far as what you've done for your team.
I mean, man, look, I'm going to go over some of what Julius Randle has done. First off,
he's a scrub.
First off, he's got the Knicks in the playoffs for the first time since 2013. That doesn't mean anything for the most improved player award, but it adds to the body of work. Right now, because they're going to finish sixth at worst in the East. But Randle increased his points per game about 5 points. Now he's averaging 24 points per game. That places him in the top 20 scorers of the NBA right now. Jeremy Grant, Michael Porter Jr., they're not there. Along with that, he's 10th in the NBA in total points. Neither one of them are there. His rebound average right now, 10.3 rebounds per game. That is the highest of his career, and he's fourth right now in the NBA in defensive rebounds, fourth right now in defensive win share, and the only player out of those three to win a Player of the Week award, Player of the Month award, and to make the All-Star team. I mean, when you go off of that, you got to add him up in there. But also, too, Michael Porter Jr. does have a case. He has a better case than Jeremy Grant, and like I said, the irony is that he succeeded because Jeremy Grant left, increased points per game from 9.3 to 19.4. His rebounding average went up by about 3, 4.7 and 7.4, and he increased his field goal average by 5% from beyond from the field, went up to 55%, and he raised his 3-point percentage up 3%. Now shooting about 45%. That places him 8th in the NBA. So when you look at what those guys have done, their increases have led to winning basketball. Jeremy Grant's increases have just led to him breaking Pistons records.
Yeah, all that being said, though, I mean, we're going with most improved player, and to me, you got to look at the stats, and it's just a statistical story. I get Julius Randle has grown in games and stuff like that, and I get that Jeremy Grant has allotted other people opportunity by coming to Detroit. And, Christian Wood is a part of this conversation, he, too, who was in Detroit last year, now putting up great numbers. But at the same time, man, I'm rooting for the hometown boy. Like, we need something out of this season. Granted, we got the 3 rookies that are playing well, and we got the future looking bright, but Jeremy Grant is the guy to me that is most improved, because when you bet on yourself like he did, a lot of these guys didn't do that, and Jeremy Grant put the weight on his shoulders. He said, I'm better than a 6th man, I'm better than this, and he's come here and he's proven that he can be an elite, what do you want to call him, a 3? An elite 3/4 in this league. So to me, he's the most improved player just by my own eyes and what I've seen. Because before this year, he really wasn't even really on anybody's radar. Like, when we signed him, people were like, why the hell are you signing Jeremy Grant?
There were a lot of people that were like that. And, rightfully so. I've seen Jeremy Grant play. So I'm like, this could be really good for him, because I felt his game was being stifled a lot in Denver. But the most improved player thing is, for him, he only improved drastically his points per game. Michael Porter Jr. and Julius Randle have had incremental improvements across the board. And that's what I'm looking at. He's the most improved player just as far as points per game. That's really it. Across the board, they've improved their numbers, and their numbers have contributed to winning basketball. Jeremy Grant, I believe he's going to be a great player for the Pistons moving forward, and I love him here in Detroit. But his increases have just led to the Pistons being in the lottery.
If the homie didn't get the All-Star award, do we really think they're going to give him the most improved player?
I do. Yeah. I mean, Vegas has him up there as one of the top 2 favorites. Like, everybody else is like plus 3,000. Jeremy Grant's plus 600 right now. So I think Vegas is feeling that way, and Vegas isn't there because they go broke.
That's true, too. But let's face the facts of how they treat Detroit when it comes to any award.
Yeah.
Besides us having to go with the bad boys to fight to win it.
I think that if the Pistons were not the worst team in the league, and Jeremy Grant still had these numbers, and they were like sitting right outside the play-in game or in a play-in tournament, he'd be a lock for it. That's the only thing I think that is really holding him back. If they were not the second to worst team in the NBA, I think Jeremy Grant would get it, but because that is a drastic improvement, and you have to give him credit for the records that he did break. But again, when the team is 20-50, he's not going to get a fair look.
Well, we got our boy Detroit Drew, and if you don't know about Detroit Drew, he's huge on YouTube. He's one of our correspondents here at the Woodward Sports Network. We're trying to bring all these social media people under one umbrella because it's just one big sports community. We all care about each other. We can all just sit around and talk sports. So Detroit Drew had this to say about Jeremy Grant up for most improved player.
Yo, Pete, what's going on, man? It's Double D on the Woodward Morning Show, man. How's everyone doing today? Thank you guys for having me on the show. And let's talk about some Jeremy Grant, man. Obviously doesn't get enough credit for what he's done this year, but he is a candidate for the most improved player of the year. And this is a great accomplishment and just an amazing feat of his own for him to even be a candidate in this, because looking at, when we acquired him, he was never given this kind of an opportunity. So there was a lot of us who thought he would score 20 points per game. He went over that for a majority of the year. And the way he is able to finish through contact and shoot threes and all these other games, he had a 40-point game this year. He has a huge opportunity to build off of this year next year. It's just really good of him to be a candidate, because a lot of this has to go to Dwayne Casey, believe it or not, man. You look last year, what we did with Christian Wood, he was in the race this year until he got hurt, And quite frankly, if he would have got a little bit of a push last year, he could have been in that running for most improved player last year. So now we're having two guys, back-to-back years. We give them opportunities, and they have thrived. So, I mean, you have to give credit where credit's due. First of all, the credit goes to the players for putting in the work and the effort to get to that point in their career, because for the majority of Jeremy Grant's career, he's just been a role player. But if you go back in time and you watch those OKC games, you know, he hit some big shots and some big opportunities, but his defense is really what's kept him in the league. You go back to Denver, especially last year in the bubble. Sure, Jamal Murray and the Joker had some unbelievable games, but they went down in the series multiple times. Almost every single series they played in, they were trailing. They lost a lot of them, but they were able to scratch and claw and fight their way back. When Joker and Murray weren't doing their things, guess who kept them in those games? Guess who kept the momentum going their way? Jeremy Grant. So Troy Weaver and Dwayne Casey saw that. They brought him in here, and they're like, you're going to be our number one guy. Even when Flake Griffin was on this team, Blake Griffin slander will be tolerated as long as Double D has a voice. No matter if you like Blake Griffin on the Woodward show, rather if you're a fan of Blake Griffin, I don't like him no more. I'm not going to talk positively about him. But even when Blake was here on this team, Jeremy had a majority of the looks. Because Troy and Casey had enough faith and confidence in this kid. You can still call him a kid. He's still young. To say, hey, this is your offense. Go put up as many shots as you want. We don't care if you miss 20 in a row. Keep putting them up. Ultimately, I don't think he's going to win it. I think the most improved player is going to go to Julius Randle for one sole purpose. Not just stats, because, I mean, Randle does have better stats, but he hasn't improved the way Grant did in terms of, like, scoring and all that stuff. You know, Grant has a bigger margin in terms of that, but Julius Randle has more dubs. The Knicks have made the playoffs. If you thought the New York Knicks were going to make the NBA playoffs, you need to start making some NBA content. Because outside of Knicks fans, everyone's laughing at them, same old Knicks. Not the case, man. Not the case. I would not want to play the Knicks in the playoffs. Tom Thibodeau has got them playing extremely good defense. They have a bunch of young guys, a bunch of good role players that fit the squad. They got Derrick Rose now. But Julius Randle is probably going to win it because the Knicks have making the playoffs. And that's usually how awards go in the NBA. Is it's great to put up individual numbers and all this good stuff, but if you're not winning, ultimately at the end of the day, it doesn't mean anything. You know, that's why, you know, Grant wasn't an all-star candidate. I mean, he was a candidate, but he didn't make the push. He wasn't on any really NBA scouting all-star. I don't even know what you'd call them, but he wasn't even on their list. So Randle made an all-star game. He's in the playoffs. He has better numbers. So I think Randle's going to get it, but this shouldn't discourage you from how much Grant has worked. He has just put in so much time and effort into his game. He's got a really good game. Do I think he's going to get any better than this? Probably not. I think this is going to be his ceiling. But he's going to be great for us. He had a great year. He has been one of the high points in a very up and down season. So hats off to Grant. This is really a credit to him and his determination to work harder. Don't take any games off. Don't take any plays off. He's kind of what a Detroit Pistons player should be. A guy who's not really flashy or fancy. He's not going to talk to the media and talk about practice or anything like that. He's coming here. He's working. He's putting in buckets. And it's really a Troy Weaver guy, man. And that's really the key to when you're, I don't want to call it a rebuild because Troy doesn't call it a rebuild. He calls it a restore. So when you're restoring a franchise, you need players your GM and your coach can trust. And I think he's done pretty well handling the offense. I think the next step in his development, and if he would have won MIP, would have been playmaking. If he would have had 2 more assists per game, it brings up a different conversation. I don't think he still would have won it because of, just like I said, New York's a big media market. Anytime the Knicks are good, their players are either going to be all-stars, or going to be in the MVP race, or in this case, the most improved player race. So it's a credit to Tom Thibodeau, what he's accomplished over in New York. It's an accomplishment to Julius Randle for putting in the work. I do think Jeremy Grant should be number 2 on the list, I think this was his award to lose, and, all of a sudden the Knicks just took off, man. They were just kind of hanging around, being cool at 500, and they stepped it up a notch. They went on a little winning streak, and that got a lot of eyes on the Knicks. Once Randle made the All-Star game, that put a lot of eyes on the Knicks, whereas the Pistons, man, you'd be looking at them and be like, man, they're the worst team in the East. Why am I going to watch this bum squad? But in all reality, man, if you look at Grant's numbers, they have just jumped like ridiculously. Like, you don't see that all the time. It's really rare. It's really rare. That's why I'm confident in Troy Weaver. Like I said, because of what we did with Christian Wood. I know Troy wasn't here for that. But what we did with Wood last year, and what we did with Grant this year, you can even throw Josh Jackson in this year. All these guys come here and they get opportunities and they put up numbers. Detroit should be a home after this season from Grant for free agents who are looking for opportunities for a fresh start in their careers. Like, this would be huge for them. But I don't want to get too far off a track because I could talk about this all day. But hats off to Grant, man. He had a hell of a year. Hopefully next year we can get some wins for him. But he is a most improved player candidate. Doesn't mean he's going to win it. But he is one of my favorites on the team. I hope he can somehow manage to pull a rabbit out of his hat and win it. But probably ain't going to happen. It's probably going to Randle. So with that being said, man, thank you guys again for having me on the show. Like the video, follow Woodward Sports on social media, subscribe if you are new. I'm going to head on and on here because that's the bottom line, because Double D said so. Peace out, guys.
You got to love Detroit Drew. Thank you for being a contributor here at the Woodward Sports Network. And he made some great points in there. I mean, and we'll find out who the most improved player in the NBA is going to be. I'm still pulling for Jeremy Grant. Corey, you got Randle.
I mean,
We pulling for Jeremy, though, all of us.
Jeremy Grant would be a nice story, but if we're gonna say we know sports, it's got to be just Julius Randle, hands down.
All right. Well, we got to give a shout out to our people at Hall Financial. If your interest rate is over 3% on your home loan, we want to take care of you. Make sure you call them, let them know Woodward Sports sent you, and they will take a look at your loan. A 5-minute overview can save you hundreds of dollars a month that you can actually invest in your home to make it better and more valuable. So you can do that. Go to Hall Financial, and it's davidhallmortgage.com. Lower payments, better options, more personal attention. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for joining us this morning. That was Detroit Drew talking about the Pistons, and now let's get into the money men. Forbes came out with their list of the top 10 athletes in the world. And this is all based on what they've earned on the field. This is not endorsements. This is strictly on the field contract stuff, plus bonuses if they made the playoffs, won a Super Bowl, that type of thing. So do you guys want to get into this list, man?
I looked at it. That list was crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
There's a couple names that I did not expect.
I have a few thoughts about this list.
So you said strictly on the field, their sport, whatever it is that they do. So I'm going to probably take LeBron James out of this question, because at first I was like, this dude's, all of his contracts, the dude's got to be one of the highest on a Forbes list, but not him on this one.
Yeah, he's on the list.
He's on the list.
But not like
number one.
where I thought he would be.
Yeah, so, I mean, look, where do you guys want to start? Let's start with number 10. That's a good place to start, and I don't want to dig much deeper than that. Number 10 on this list, we start in the NBA. He's jumped around the league. It's not LeBron James. He is... Oh, Adam, you labeled him as LeBron James. It's Kevin Durant, number 10.
It is LeBron James.
It is LeBron James. No, it's Kevin Durant, number 10. He's playing for the Nets right now. He's coming in at $75 million. And, 32 years of age. Obviously, he went to Brooklyn. He's taken on the Nets. He's pretty much put them on his shoulders and is probably going to take them at least to the NBA championship. We don't know if he's going to win the NBA championship, but he's number 10 on this list.
You
What do
look
you
at
think?
this super team right here with LeBron James on the Nets. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Man, you know what? A lot of these athletes are making a lot of money off of the field. And Durant, he invested in Postmates, and apparently Uber bought Postmates, and he cashed in off of that $1 million investment. And also, too, the work that he does with ESPN. He has his own media company, just like LeBron. He's doing the boardroom, and he's also executive producing a few things. And he also purchased stake in a soccer team. $44 million off of the field, 31 on there. So that is just, to me, that's impressive in itself. Just, I'm making more money. Of course, what you do on the court allows you to make money off of the court. But the fact that he's able to make that much money off of the court is insane.
Yeah, and I love that he's on this list. It's interesting to see the mix of sports that are on this list, especially when we get higher on it. And I love to see when athletes buy into other sports, like Patrick Mahomes owning parts of the Royals, A-Rod just buying part of the Timberwolves.
Yep.
Obviously, you just talked about Kevin Durant buying a soccer team in Philadelphia, being a part of that ownership group. So, yeah, they diversify their portfolios. Number 9 on this list. Touchdown Tom Brady coming in at $76 million.
Boo-boo.
What's
That's
up?
shocking.
What's up, Fish?
No, it's like the victory noise.
Oh, that's a
when they-
victory
yeah.
noise? Yeah, don't tell Maz about this. He's going to be mad that Tom Brady not only wins a lot of Super Bowls, but he also is the 9th highest paid athlete in the world
They
this
talked
year.
about it yesterday, and I don't think they mentioned Tom Brady.
See, they started talking about this, and I want to give a quick little mention to The Hook, who you can watch from 3 to 5 o'clock right here on Woodward Sports Network. Yesterday, they were talking about Tom Brady's beautiful wife, Giselle. And the conversation kind of took a little turn to where they were having a conversation of Kate Upton versus Giselle. And I was like, that's a no-brainer. Have you seen that Cat Daddy video? That was a no-brainer for me.
Yeah, what are you taking, Corey?
Giselle or
Hey,
Kate
man,
Upton?
look, she looked good, but she ain't got Giselle money.
Yeah,
Take the money out the picture.
She got pretty. She ain't broke by
Hey,
any stretch of the
She
imagination.
ain't broke, but she ain't got Giselle money.
All right, Fish. If you had to pick, you taking Giselle or you taking Kate Upton?
I'm taking none of the above.
Oh, come on, man. You got to give me an answer. Flip a coin if you have to. Who are you taking?
I'll choose Giselle Bundchen then.
Just because she's foreign?
No, I didn't even think about that. She is foreign. She's from Brazil, right?
Yeah, she's from Brazil. You could go to Brazil with her,
I
man.
could go to Brazil. She'd show me all the sights and sounds. and
There
all
you
that.
go, the sights and the sounds,
I was,
buddy.
I was hoping Fish just be like, man, Kate Upton, man, them titties.
I don't think we'd ever get that response out of Fish.
Hey, Stick, who's number 8?
Number 8 on the list. Let's move this along, right, Fish? Number 8 on this list, $82 million. He's a Formula One champion, Lewis Hamilton. I don't know much about Lewis Hamilton. I got to be honest with you. I don't really
He's
follow
won
Formula 1.
7 world championships in a row.
7 in a row?
Yeah, so basically, their whole season, right? And they race for a whole season. Whoever gets the most points at the end of the season wins. So they have 22 races-ish every year, and he's won, I believe, 7. He's won like 4 or 5 in a row, and he's won 7 world championships, which is at the end of the year.
Yeah, it says his 11 race wins last season netted him a healthy bonus payments, and he got endorsements with Tommy Hilfiger, Monster Energy Drink, and Puma. So, yeah, that guy's...
And his company, who he's with, Mercedes, also wins their championship every year, so that
Nice.
helps too.
All right, number 7 on this list, our first tennis player, and, this guy balls out. You know he does. Roger Federer, $90 million last year.
And this is what really stuck to me. Look, the $90 million that Roger Federer made last year was all away from tennis. It was because of endorsements and sponsorships. Like when you got that, most people say, "Oh, I got Rolex money." No, he really has Rolex money.
Yeah, he's cashing
So-
checks that say Rolex on them.
It said that he earned $0.03 million off the field. So $90 million away from the field, you're still getting that in sponsorships and endorsements because his knee was jacked up. That is when you know you're living a pretty damn good life there. I don't even got to touch the damn court, and I'm still pulling in close to $100 million.
You look at, especially like, not to dog tennis whatsoever, but it's just crazy that these tennis players out here making that kind of money. If you had to raise a kid, right? None of us have kids,
Right.
I don't know if you guys got any floating around.
Not that I know of, right?
Right.
It's possible.
But we don't have kids. If you were to raise your child right now and to be in a sport, obviously this isn't how we're going to raise our kids based off of the amount of money that they can make. What sport and position are you going to raise that child as?
Girl or guy?
Guy.
Guy probably gonna say one of the team sports, basketball or football. Might even entertain golf if they're really serious
that's a good
about
one.
it. Like, hey, you got to go on your lessons. All that shit. And
all
it
that
ain't
shit.
cheap. It ain't cheap. My brother played golf. Golf clubs ain't cheap.
No,
So, but if it was a girl, I'm gonna be honest, and I really hate to say this. Basically anything but women's basketball, if she's trying to earn an income.
Yeah, they get no money in the basketball
And the
world.
thing is, they don't get any income not because they're not worthy. It's because the NBA or WNBA they have horrible marketing.
Yeah, well, honestly, like I remember going to my first shot game. It was during the championship series, and it felt like a preseason Pistons
Yeah.
game. It was the weirdest energy, and then I found out it was the championship. I'm like, oh wow, all right.
And I love how you have a conversation like this, and I guarantee someone's going to come at us. Why are you guys dogging women's sports?
Nah.
It's something that they do to themselves because it can be the same thing as the most talented company in the world, but if they don't handle the business side of it correctly, they're not going to be making money. So that's all on you.
Yeah,
Right.
I love the WNBA. I've always said it. I think whoever markets them, they're doing a very bad job of it.
So if I had a girl, I'm going golf. Like
Yeah,
I was
okay.
dating a girl in high school, and her dad was really pushing her towards golf because female golf scholarships in college are.
yeah.
I'm not saying they're easy to come by, but there's not many girl golfers, and there's a lot of scholarships out there. So if you have a girl, get her into golf.
I just thought about something. Volleyball.
Yeah.
My sister could have gotten a volleyball scholarship, but she didn't want to go. She didn't want to play competitively because she was pretty good and she was really good in high school. But volleyball, that's another sport that they can make some income off of.
You know what's crazy too is I heard a little rumor when in the college world, when you're giving out scholarships as a big university, you have to give out the same amount of scholarships for women as men.
Yeah, it's called Title IX.
Title IX. That's what it is.
Yep, Title IX.
So that Title IX right there, I mean, think about how many scholarships that leave. It's just football alone.
Right.
How many scholarships are football that they got to balance off on the female side of it? That's crazy.
Yeah, so that's why if you got a girl, get her into golf. If I got a boy, tennis. I think tennis would be a nice route. There's no more male American dominant tennis players, and that's a hole in the market, baby. Let's go for it. Let's go with the path of least resistance.
Dude, but
because
think
he ain't
about,
going NFL.
Think about, like, I'm not joking. Like, you've never once in your life seen a hype video about an NFL punter. Never. Imagine if you just start making the craziest hype videos on a punter and make that kid go pro. It's got to be
Well, now
easy.
the new easiest job in the NFL is long snapper. Like, if you just train your kid to be a long snapper, because they've changed the rules, nobody can line up over the center anymore in the
Yeah.
long snap situations. Those guys don't even get hit anymore. And if you hit them, it's a penalty. So they just come out there, long snap, and on the way. You saw the kid from Michigan, Chesson, get drafted just being a long snapper. I
Yeah.
mean, you've seen Don Muehlbach here for 40 years just being a long
literally
snapper.
40 years.
Like, Muehlbach's been here forever, and he's amazing. He's great at his job.
And he was getting, like, his last contract. You said they don't get hit. This dude was getting over $1 million just to snap.
Snap the ball.
Sorry to sidetrack this entire topic, but I had to.
Let's get on number 6. Neymar, Brazil, soccer. Fish, you love this? You love this?
Not a huge fan of him.
How
to
much
be
money do you
honest.
think he made last year?
I totally blanked out and forgot. He makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, he signed a contract with Paris Saint-Germain for 222 million euros, which is the most record transfer in history of soccer. That'll probably go up as some of the other players get more money. But yeah, he's not a big fan of him. He cries and flops and gets pissed
so he's
off
LeBron.
and basically he's the LeBron version of soccer. Yeah. And apparently he's not gelling well with his teammates. He doesn't speak much French, and you're in Paris. you should at least try. Apparently, he's not even trying. But he signed a new contract, though, I believe 2023 or 24. So they must have liked him for something.
Yeah, he's 29 years old, made $95 million last year, Fish. $95 million.
Chump change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that puts him at
Making a
number
lot of
6
money.
on the list. We'll get into the top 5. But first, we got to tell you about our friends at 8 Mile Vodka. It is the Detroit-born, beautiful bottle vodka that you can pick up at Meijer or any participating locations. And if they don't have it at a bar near you, make sure you ask for it by name, and we will make sure we get it to where you want it. We love these guys. It's Friday. I got to go somewhere and get slapped for our Slap Shop Fridays.
We're going across the street. We're going to Speedway today.
You're going to let me get slapped by someone at Speedway?
You know why? Because these freaking gas stations are bumping right now, so we got to go to Speedway.
All right, we'll do it. So 8 Mile, pick it up this weekend. Have a great weekend. It's going to be sunny out. Get some lemonade, sit in the backyard, and enjoy an 8 Mile.
I'm Drake Bell. I'm part of. I hate the Bears.
Hey, I'm Sean Baligian, and all our teams suck.
We'll be here to soothe your sports fanish.
Legion and Bell.
Tap in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 to 1.
Good morning, everyone.
Read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
All right, we're starting to see some good signs. Not yet here in the Michigan territory, but starting June 8th, Fifth Third Field will open at full capacity. The Toledo Mud Hens moving in the right direction, and hopefully we could say the same thing here in the Detroit area soon. And this is just life goals right here. To be able to have hands like this dude right here. Just look at Grandpa at the ballpark.
Once you get rolling, now watch the footwork here. He's going to go and reach. Seat gets in the
Right there
way.
next to his lady.
Can't hold
Look
up,
at his wife
man.
laughing
Look
at
at
Poor
There's
guy.
a- Took a bar to the side.
look at her. Look at
his wife.
She don't even get
Hey,
it.
way to go. Hey, nice effort. I could have told you were going to
She
fall.
never got out of her chair. No, that's
She's
low.
smart. She would have fell too.
It's going to be me at 90 years old.
Well, the good news is the Pens, padded the fall. So whenever you got that padded underwear on, you're good.
That's messed up.
That's messed up.
The Detroit Tigers sweep the series with the Kansas City Royals after beating them 4-3 yesterday afternoon. And Stick, you saw something at this game that made you happy too.
Man, I love things like this. Baseball is such like a timeless sport, you know. It's America's pastime, which is slowly becoming America's past. But look at this guy at Comerica Park yesterday.
That
like
outfit, first
dude,
off.
yeah. First of all, swagged out. Second
That
of all,
hat.
that hat.
Man, that hat is badass.
Third of all, like I'm sure there's a picture just like this from 1901 of the same dude dressed the same way with the bow tie. And I love this. He's keeping score. Like that's such an old school thing to do at a baseball game. He's keeping. Do you even know how to keep score during a baseball game, Joey?
Heck no.
Yeah, see, like
Scorekeeping in baseball is hard.
yeah,
It's hard enough searching it on the internet and finding it.
it's such a like romantic good picture. I love that picture.
That's as real as it gets.
You know what? That's the difference between a picture and a photograph. That right there is a photograph.
Okay.
You can put that up anywhere.
Yeah, and it brings, like they say, the picture's worth 1,000 words. Like that brings up so many different angles that you could take. Yeah, just a great picture, great shot.
And Corey, have you heard of a team by the name of the Space Dogs? You know about the Space Dogs?
Why are you shaking your head, Corey? You better
So I know
recognize.
this is about to be something interesting.
It's the Space Dogs, our very own Stick and Adam Baydoun. Their pickup, what do you call this baseball?
It's
regular
called softball. Yeah,
the
competitive
regular
league softball.
league, down by 11 at the bottom of the third, coming back to win the game 16-15.
Damn right.
Yesterday at Drake Park in West Bloomfield, Michigan.
Yeah, you want to see? We got the pregame and the postgame. All right, Adam. Our first night of softball. What are you predicting?
Mercy.
Mercy?
Yeah, mercy.
For us or them?
No, us.
Go Space Dogs. Woodward Sports. We are in Farmington Hills, Drake Park. Look at that sunset.
Farmington Hills.
All right, update on the game. Adam, what happened, motherfucker?
Down 11-0. They didn't believe in us. No, we didn't believe in us. And we fucking came back.
Yeah,
baby.
what was the final score? 16-15.
16-15.
Welcome to the fall.
Dude,
I'll say
them
welcome to the
unis.
ballpark.
Them unis, though, I like those.
Crispy, right? We got new unis last night. We were feeling good. And, yeah, I thought Adam was going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy when we were down 11-0 in the third. I was like, we are going to get mercied. But, no, the comeback kids were there. A couple big innings of 6 runs apiece. And, yeah, Adam and I both played pretty well for the first game of the season. And it's only going to get better from here. So go Space Dogs.
What was Adam batting yesterday?
Adam batted second in the lineup. He went 3 for 4.
And what about our 8th batter of the lineup?
Yeah, that was me. I went 2 for 2, but I got on with 2 errors. So my on-base percentage, I was 4 for 4, but I only got 2 hits.
All right, not so bad.
Yeah, but I hit the ball so hard it committed errors. So, you know, like you put the ball in play, things happen.
Not a bad issue
Rockets,
to have
baby,
right there.
hitting rockets.
I want to take the Space Dogs out there to celebrate in Vegas because have you guys seen what a Raiders game is going to look like? Woo-wee. Just take a look at what the Raiders games look like right here behind set of this DJ booth. It's freaking VIP boost right there in the end zone.
I'm not going to lie. At first, I'm like, is that Choff?
I could see Choff there.
That'd be such a
He
legendary
said he
gig.
would love to do something like that.
Dude's mixing on CDJs, though. Who the hell? Come on.
Dude, think about, I know, right? Pull out the real turntables.
Right.
Think about how much one of them booths are going to go for.
I can't even imagine. But you're in Vegas. I mean, like, you know, you go to the Bellagio or you go to any of those clubs there, you're going to pay, what, $3,000, $4,000
So that's
for
got
a
to be at
booth?
least 20.
You know what? I think it's probably $5,000 to even get on the phone.
To get on the phone, yeah. What a beautiful stadium they built down there in Vegas.
So beautiful.
When the Lions ever get scheduled there, we have to go.
Hopefully,
We have to go.
Hopefully, my Vegas cherry will be popped before then.
Oh, yeah.
I can't believe you haven't been to Vegas, Corey.
Yeah, just one of the many things that I'm ashamed of.
Vegas is a place where if you have a bad time, that's on you. Because there's everything you want in the world. Like if you like art, they got art. You like plays and that stuff, performances, they got that. You like drugs and hookers, they got that. Like
Swimming pool parties, they got that.
yeah. So you could get into whatever you want, but if you have a bad time in Vegas, that's on you.
Will I see a jungle cat like in Hangover?
Probably. Okay. Mike Tyson's.
Udonis Haslem is now 40 years old, still playing the game. Became the oldest player in the NBA over the last 20 seasons to get ejected from a game. Made his season debut, only to get ejected after 3 minutes into this game right here. Of course, with Dwight Howard.
Now Haslam's having words with Dwight Howard. I'm loving this right now. Oh, here we go.
Those unis are freaking sick.
And you know, guess what?
He talked about
They're
his
retiring
toughness
those unis
before.
after the end of the season.
Are you serious?
Which I think is pretty stupid because I think those are their best
Top
looking
sellers.
unis.
Yeah, they're nice looking.
But you got to have a guy like Udonis Haslem. I was first off, I'm like wondering why is he still around? You know why? For moments like that, to come in there and punk the other team's player, take that foul, and get his ass ejected. I love Udonis Haslem. I also love what he said last week when he was talking about your boy KG. Called him when they were asking him about the Tim Duncan, KG, and Kobe going into the Hall of Fame this weekend and how about them being 3 tough guys, and he's like, well, 2 of those guys are tough guys. The other guy just runs his mouth a lot.
Damn. Yeah, you love Udonis Haslem. Last night, his stat line, 4 minutes played, 2 rebounds, 2 points, 2 technical fouls, and 1 ejection. Like, that is the stat line you want to put up, baby.
It's a grind hustle player right there.
He would have been cut if it was for LeBron James.
And
17 years.
I want to make a topic on this show because it could really be a daily segment where it's just called Former Detroit Pistons.
Oh, boy.
Where are they now?
Oh, boy.
This one we go to Stanley Johnson dropping 35 points, a career high, 10 rebounds last night, shooting 54% from the field. Dude was all over the court hustling. We didn't see much of that here in Detroit.
You know, you saw flashes of it here in
Some of
Detroit.
it.
He had a playoff series against LeBron where he really showed, like, all right, this kid's got all the potential. But the next game, he's going to come out and lay 4 points. That's
Yeah.
the problem with the Stanley Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's averaging 3.9 points on the season.
Triple single.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Toronto takes all of our young guys. Like, remember when they took Amir Johnson and just kept him for like 10 years?
Yeah.
And he put up 5 points a game. And it's like, why do you keep doing that?
Like, I knew Stanley Johnson was still in the league, but I didn't really know he was in the league, if that makes any sense.
I haven't heard his name in forever.
It's just like I know he was in the Raptors, but this is like, is he like on the Raptors team? Is he on the Water Boy? Is he doing accounting? You know, what's the deal?
And do we got any Friends fans here?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Huge Friends fans.
The reunion episode set to air later this month, May 27th on HBO, and will be called the one where they get back together.
All right.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that was fun.
These reunions, though, sometimes are hit or miss.
Yeah.
So hopefully this one is a hit because I don't want anyone to mess with my friends.
I have a love-hate relationship with Friends. I hate the hate that I'll get for loving the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
The crazy part to me, if if Friends was made today, it would be like that 70s show when we were young. Like, that's how long it is.
Yeah.
Friends was made in the 90s. That's 30 years ago. So it's like in the 2000s when that 70s show came out. So think about that.
Saying the 90s was 30 years ago is just crazy right there.
Yeah, and I had a whole debate with the Hook yesterday, except Darren McCarty, who's a sensible, lovely human being, that the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. And it's like, 30 years? They haven't done anything in 30 years. How is that America's team? And we went back and forth. That clip's up now on YouTube if you want to watch it. But, yeah, Dallas Cowboys, not America's team.
Bridge Street Exchange is downtown Fenton's thing, though. So you got to shop there right now and get 15% off your entire order by using the code word WSN, bridgestreetexchange.com. And I always talk about this Captain Crunch shirt isn't from there, but I'm always wearing Carhartt. And they got so much Carhartt gear, and you just got to go there and shop for yourself. I always talk about how I'm not crazy about malls. Support this locally owned business right now. Go in there, say what up to Kevin. Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10.5 months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
a graduate of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
We are talking about the highest paid athletes in the world this morning, according to Forbes on the Woodward Sports Network. Good morning. It's the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick. We got Corey and Joey up here. Let's get right into the top 5. The guy I hate the most in the NBA, love his talent, hate who he is as a human being, LeBron James, $96.5 million. Yeah, that is some loot right there. And, you know, LeBron's worth the money. Let's just throw that out there. I may hate him, but he's worth that money.
Yeah, I mean, he's literally printing money.
Yeah.
Like, I think when it comes to, you know, I think he's doing it right now. He's on pace to be a billionaire while still playing the game. Right now he's trending on being a billionaire by the end of the year, that's just crazy to even fathom.
Jordan accomplished that, I'm sure, right?
Not while playing.
Not while
it was
playing.
way after.
But Jordan was the one out there like chopping down the wood, leading the way. There'd be no billionaires if it wasn't for Jordan.
Jordan walks so LeBron could run.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
LeBron signed a deal with Pepsi after leaving Coca-Cola, and he also recently purchased the stake in Fenway Sports Group, which includes the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, and then the Roush Fenway Racing Team. So, yeah, he's got money.
Just think about generational wealth in the James family now. Like, just set for life. It's crazy, especially with his lifetime deal with Nike. Just everything this guy's got going for him deserves him a spot on this list. I'm just surprised it's not higher.
Well, let's go one step higher on this list, and this was the one that floored me. I did not see this coming. Dak Prescott, $107.5 million, sitting at number 4. $97.5 million of that coming on the field, $10 million coming off the field. $160 million contract that he just signed with non-America's team. But, yeah, he just signed that with the Cowboys. And that's crazy. He has endorsements, including Sleep Number, 7-Eleven, and DirecTV. Maybe you and him could have a 7-Eleven Coney together, Joey.
We would have to. I would be delighted to do that.
So he is number 4 on the list. Were you shocked to see Dak like that?
I was shocked until I thought about it. I'm like, that $66 million signing bonus. I mean, everything else is good, but that signing bonus just probably tipped him up in there just a little bit.
That guaranteed money. Number 3 on this list. Fish will love this. Another soccer guy, $120 million a year, Fish. This guy's taking home $10 million a month, $2.5 million a week. Ronaldo. His on-the-field earnings, $70 million. His off-the-field earnings, $50 million. His 4-year contract is worth an average of $64 million annually, so his contract is $64 million a year.
And he might be on the move, so he might get more money.
Really?
Yeah.
More than $64 million a year to play soccer.
Probably.
Jeez.
Let's move it on up on this list. Why
His
not?
team's not doing so well. They lost the league title this year. They haven't done well in Champions League, so he's probably going to be on the move.
That is crazy.
So you're going to have to pay a lot of money for probably this studio money for him, which is a lot of money.
That is a lot of money. $130 million, number 2 on this list. Fish, another soccer player. Can you guess who it is?
You want me to tell you who it is, or you want me to guess?
If you know, just tell me.
He's that certain.
Well, I know. Lionel Messi.
Yes. $97 million on the field, $33 million off the field. He's got a clothing design with the Hilfiger family, Ginny Hilfiger, not Tommy Hilfiger. It's his sister. So he also signed jerseys to Chinese pharmaceutical firm. I mean,
just think about Messi and Ronaldo and Neymar, like these soccer players, when you see their jerseys spreading across the entire world.
Yeah.
Like in American sports, football, basketball, them jerseys are only being worn here in whatever state they are, if not the entire U.S. But soccer is just such a global sport, and that explains why it's a 2 and 3rd spot of the Forbes list.
What's up, Fish?
He's another guy that may be on the move. So
Who?
he might Messi, so he might get more money.
There you go. See, this is why they should have that Super League, man.
Well, it's ruining the game.
You lost him on that one.
No,
I know.
he didn't lose me. No, it just, I thought about it. I'm like, why are people pissed off? And then I thought about what it actually means, and it's not good. His team, Juventus, or his team's Barcelona, but they're one of the teams that might be kicked out of Champions League if they choose to stay with the Super League.
There you go. And then let's get to number 1 on this list. Probably the best entertainer / athlete that's out right now. Would you guys agree with that?
I'll go with entertainer.
Yeah, entertainer / athlete.
Yeah.
Conor McGregor, $180 million. This is what I love, though. $22 million was on the field. $158 million off the field.
Proper 12, Alex Risky.
Yep, proper 12 is everything to him. Then he also has a portfolio of endorsements, which includes DraftKings and some video games. And he's just, he's Conor McGregor. He's an icon. He's turned himself into this just mammoth corporation coming from literally nothing. Like, I love the story of him and his girl. You see the pictures when he was like a garbage man, and she was just encouraging him to go work out and get in the gym and get in the octagon. And wow, what a story they have to tell together. That is crazy.
That's like my girl always telling me to go to the gym, go and work out. I wonder if that's why. Wonder if it could turn me into $180 million a year.
Yeah, well, only $22 million of that is from the actual fighting. You got to get yourself a liquor company.
He made 7 times more money out of the octagon than he did in it. I mean, like, first off, that's damn impressive.
Yes.
Second, I don't like that it's that big of a discrepancy because there are other. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I'm an MMA guy. I'm a casual guy who just watches the big fights. But I just think that is for his name recognition. That's pretty small. Just in my opinion. When I think of UFC, he's the first guy I think of. Whether he's the best one or not, again, as an outside guy looking in, when I hear UFC, oh, Conor McGregor. That's the first name that rolls off the tongue. And shoot, if I was him, Dana got to break me off to get back in that octagon off of how much I made away from it.
Hell no. No, I'm not putting any of the moneymaker at risk.
Yeah,
at this
like
point.
you got to for what you were paying me before, you got to drop a significant bag for me to get back in there because I made 7 times as much money without getting my face hit.
We know how much Dana's making off of that fight.
Hand over fist.
Pay it up.
You think Conor ever buys into the UFC?
That's the thing, though. Obviously, the UFC was his platform.
Right.
Yeah.
But the dude ran off, and look what he's starting to do on his own.
Yeah. Well, now he's not bigger than the UFC, but he's bigger than the UFC. You know, like he doesn't need them anymore, I guess is my point. So
he can write his own ticket.
Like another UFC fight for him is going to help his pockets at such a smaller scale than the rest of things could.
Yep.
I think he would. You know what? I think he would. Now that's a fight I would. How can I preface this? I would pay to see that fight again. I think he would make more money fighting Mayweather again than he would fight making 2 or 3 UFC fights in 1 year.
For sure.
Because he cleaned bank on that Mayweather fight.
I love Conor McGregor. I really do. And he's got a UFC fight coming up, I believe, in a month or so, less than that. And we're going to obviously do our live watch party right here at Woodward Sports with the Art of Combat. It's going to be an amazing, amazing night. And whenever we do those watch parties and it's a big fight like that, like, you know, we have tens of thousands of people watching live at the same time and participating in the fight with us. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube and make sure you like us and follow us on Facebook and Twitch and, of course, Twitter, all the social platforms so you can watch that live fight with us. And Joey, you got to give a shout out to Sun RV?
I do, because this is another thing less than a month away where we are going to be taking on the beautiful Sun RV Resorts in Petoskey, Michigan. And this is just going to be such an amazing experience to be out there with you, Stick, and to be there with you, Corey, because this is going to be that different style. You think of the RV world and you think, oh, you got to go out there and you got to take a dump out in the middle of the woods and all that. This is going to be such a glamping style to where we go out there. I know you excited out there, but we're going to go there and just have so much fun with everybody. 160 resorts nationwide, so check them out for yourself right now and maybe even book a summer trip for yourself. sunrvresorts.com. We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. You ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys. Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And make sure you download our app. It's free right now. It makes listening to our live shows super easy. It's literally, I was talking to somebody last night, it's literally clicking 2 buttons. You know, some of these apps you got to search, you got to find, you got to hope you can get to the station you want to get to. Nope. This is the Woodward Sports app, Woodward Sports only. You turn it on and you get our live stream. So make sure you download our app today. It's available for Apple and Android. Adam,
what up?
How you feeling, baby? How you feeling?
Oh my God, I wish I could explain
Space
it to
dogs?
Joey.
Space
Dude,
dogs?
my goodness, what a night. Oh my God.
So we win the game, right? And it's like we win the World Series. People
Everyone's-
are jumping on each other at home plate. We're going nuts.
Damn.
Like we're, elbowing each other. Like it was a lot of fun. And then you hop in your car, you're alone, and you're just like,
My heart was racing the whole time. I'm like driving on the steering wheel. I'm like, ugh.
So I'm like 10 minutes into my drive, and I call Adam. Like, let's go, baby! Like, I need somebody to talk to about this, because nobody else in my life's going to care except Adam, because he just experienced it with me. If you don't know what we're talking about, our softball team came back from 11 down last night. And then after I hung up with Adam, I called my mom. I was like, Mom, you want to know what happened? She lives in Arizona, so it was only 7:30 her time. But
there's someone watching right now like, wow, what the heck's going on with these guys? I'm so excited to hear.
Right.
And then Stick says, our softball team.
Oh, no.
It's a competitive league. Like, they're actually really good.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I've played in softball leagues that have been like really shit, and these guys were actually pretty good. Like,
yeah, so we're just jacked for that. You're going to hear about it every Friday because our games are on Thursday nights. Next week, doubleheader. Let's go. All right, let's get into your bets, Adam.
All right, let's make some money today. We're not going to talk too much about yesterday. It was a very odd ticket, so I'll just move past it. We'll start with the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. They're a bad bet on the money line simply because it's just too overpriced in my opinion. So I'm going to start with them to cover, actually. I think there's more money in for them to win by 2 goals than for them just to win outright. I get it at plus 155. A huge margin. So I love it. I'll take that game. We'll take the Yankees straight up on the money line to beat the Baltimore Orioles. We'll take Chicago to beat Detroit. Detroit just coming off a 3-game sweep, I believe, of the Kansas City Royals. We'll take the
4 in a row for the Tigers, baby.
We'll take the Tigers to come back down to reality today. And honestly, it's not so much the Tigers. You're getting, in most games you're betting against the Tigers, you're going to get the favorite team around 170, 180, 190, and the good teams in the 200s. So to get it at minus 140, for me, it's a steal. They only have the Tigers, I believe, at plus 115 right now. So they're not much of an underdog, which honestly is great for us. We get to bet the Cubs, who I think will win comfortably. So we'll take that game. We'll take the Toronto Blue Jays minus 160 against the Philadelphia Phillies. Blue Jays are actually looking pretty good this year. And Vlad Guerrero Jr. is swinging the bat like we all thought he would a few years ago. And the last game of the day has got to be the Houston Astros also to cover. You know, there's a dirty bet in baseball that I'm starting to figure out, and it's picking teams to cover the runs. Now, if you guess the winning team, your odds tremendously shoot up. Now, if they win by 1 run, obviously you're going to lose the bet. But every single game starts at minus 1.5 or plus 1.5. So if you pick the underdog team, you might as well take the money line. But if you're taking the favorite team, you're better off taking them to cover because you get it at much better odds. If I were to bet this game on the money line, I'd have to do it at minus 195. There's no money to be made. And the same applies for the Maple Leafs. I know the Maple Leafs more than likely are going to win this game. So how about I take my chances on them winning by 2 goals? They're up by 1 late in the game. They get an empty netter. I'm happy there. The Astros, 2 runs. Come on, it's baseball. Swing the bats. So those are my 5 bets of the day. I really like this ticket. Feeling strong. I really want to go into the weekend 5-0. So I put my best ticket I could possibly together. $50. You can flip it around into $954. Having said that, those are your bets for today. Don't forget to go to mybookie.com. If you want to sign up, you don't have to use the promo code Woodward, the one we're accustomed to using. You can just get a free $10 account. You don't got to do anything. Just sign up, use the promo code Woodward10. You instantly get $10 that you can play with. You can use them on the parlay. You can use them individually. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, we love the people at MyBookie. Oh, man, I can't wait to play some bets this weekend. Yeah, I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling it. Because I'm like a sporadic bettor. I go on, I go off, I go on, I go off. Like, I'll go weeks at a time without even looking at lines. But then some weekends, I'm just, like, so dialed in. Yeah, that I want to do it. And I'm feeling the itch. That my palms are itching. You know what that means? It means money's coming your way. So if your palms are itching, make sure you go to mybookie.com. Use that promo code Woodward10, and we'll get you that free $10 account. You don't have to put any money in. You're just getting a free $10 to sign up, and you can do with it what you want. And also, they have blackjack tournaments that you can get into with up to $50,000 to win that. Maybe that's why I'm itching. Maybe I need to win a blackjack tournament.
I have a question before I leave.
Go ahead.
I have a question for Stick before I leave.
What?
If you were a voter, going back to the Jeremy Grant situation, would you actually vote him most improved?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so you're the guy who voted Steve Nash to win MVP over Shaq.
Do you really want to have this conversation?
You're really that guy.
I can justify that, what Steve Nash meant to the Suns.
You can justify
back then.
Grant over Randall?
So when we're having an MVP talk, I'm taking you take them off the team, and what does that mean to the team? So I can have that conversation very easily if you put me on the Steve Nash side.
All right.
You take Steve Nash off that team, what were they under D'Antoni? Nothing. They were awful.
Yep.
Do you want to go watch basketball and figure it out?
No.
Okay.
We can have this conversation later.
Come up here, ask a question.
It was a question. I wasn't here to talk.
I want to hear your response.
No, I just really want to know.
So you don't think Jeremy Grant has a shot in hell at it?
I wouldn't say a shot in hell. I think he'll finish 3rd at best. 2nd, I would be surprised, but it's got to be Randall.
Vegas got him at 2nd right now. Odds.
I think it'll finish Randall, Sexton, and then Grant.
No, I'm going Grant, Randall, Sexton.
Well, either way, he's not winning it.
In my book, he is. So go Jeremy Grant, most improved player. So let's go. Thank you, Adam, for coming on with your bets. Coming up next, venues are starting to open in Detroit, and we want to have a conversation about what your favorite venue to see a concert is in the city. Also the suburbs, too. We can include DTE in this conversation. So let us know. Drop it in the comments right now so we can throw it up and discuss it during this discussion. Where is your favorite place to see a concert in Detroit? And we'll discuss that next on the Woodward Sports Network.
You don't fumble the ball at work. Hey, Drake Bell, Sean Baligian. See you guys next weekend.
Thanks, mate. Oh, Bell's soft. Wait till it comes to New Zealand. Pour that out.
This is my Friday bounce right here. I love this beat. Shout out to my man DJ Stevie Beats for making us the beats here at the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for waking up with us this morning and watching on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and of course Twitch. And we're having a conversation this morning because venues are starting to open. You're starting to see concerts be announced, and coming from a music background like you and I did, Joey, there's nothing better than concert season.
Think about your last concert.
I honestly, I can't. I don't even remember.
It's been so long, and now hearing about venues opening up and even seeing some of our friends in the industry that are performers playing outside of Detroit, it's like getting us so jealous.
Yeah. So I wanted to have the conversation. Everybody, like I said, if you're watching right now, comment in the chat so we can see what is your favorite venue in Detroit to see a concert, because we could run down the list real quick, but let's start with you guys. Corey, what is your favorite venue?
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really a concert goer like that.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I've just never. I've started to over the past, I guess you can say, several years, but it was never really my thing. There's nothing against it. I just never really went to that many. But just to wrap it, to move along, I would have to just say right now, Royal Oak Music Theater by default, because those are the most shows that I've seen. Like I've just seen so many people there, so it's just like I gotta go off of that by default.
Oh man, and I didn't even put a damn picture in there for the
for the Royal Oak so late on my list.
No, Royal Oak Music Theater. I've seen Lupe Fiasco there.
It's a dope venue.
Yeah, I've seen B.O.B. I saw George Clinton in the Parliament Funkadelic there. I saw Nas there. Yeah, they've had some great shows there.
This is such a hard topic because you're gonna say one, and I know the one that I am putting at number one. But then you're going to start thinking of all these other ones. But wait, the Fox was so awesome. But wait, this was so awesome. So for me, I'm going to throw Comerica Park as my number one because it's obviously a limited venue for concerts. I mean, there's not crazy amounts of concerts there like there is all these other venues. But for the number one reason.
Look at that.
It is so easy to sneak into this venue. I snuck in there for the Eminem concert. It was the easiest concert I've ever snuck into. I've snuck into a bunch of them in my life. This one was number one. But just look at that right there. Obviously, seeing the pictures of the aerial shots and seeing the skyline of Detroit on some angles, it's just such a beautiful thing to be there at the park at nighttime.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Comerica Park, and if you want to throw that picture back up,
how far you are from the stage?
Yeah, they block off the infield. So, even if you're first row right there by the dugouts, you're far as hell from that stage.
Yeah.
And granted, it's a baseball field. We got to protect the diamond. I just hate that big empty space in the middle of the park. But, I mean, I've seen Eminem, Jay-Z, Dr. Dre there, Gucci, all those people, Dave Matthews.
Rihanna was there too, right?
I went to the first concert ever at Comerica Park. It was Dave Matthews.
The first concert ever there?
Yep.
Wow.
It was Dave Matthews, I believe, back in 1999.
Why the heck was that the first concert there?
Huh?
Why they put Dave Matthews as the first ever concert?
This was late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, okay.
Dave Matthews could sell out anywhere. And pretty much Dave Matthews can still sell out anywhere. I've seen that guy probably more than anybody else in my life. I've seen him about 16 times.
I thought you were going to say that your favorite is going to see Eddie Money at DTE.
Oh, rest in peace, Eddie Money. Did you know he died?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
Yeah, another venue that I absolutely love to see concerts at is DTE. And
DTE's great.
I think we've all had the experience of being a little too drunk at DTE, maybe on that hill.
Sitting out there.
But look at DTE, man. When
Yeah.
DTE gets going, I love this type of amphitheater with the crowds in the background and the lawn seats, like the true lawn seats.
Lawn seats, there's nothing that beats that. Just walking around, literally, I remember going with my boys and just walking around, sitting with random people that got blankets.
Yeah.
Just rolling around there. It's the best fun I've ever had.
Now, you know what's crazy? The place I'm about to say, and it's not a homer pick. It is just the memories. The most concerts I've seen have been at Royal Oak Music Theater, but my favorite memories for concerts have been at the EMU Convocation Center.
Oh, that's a good. I saw Wiz Khalifa there.
That's a good one.
Now, I was just about to mention Wiz Khalifa.
Yep.
That was like a giant hot box. that place was like literally a giant hot box. It was just like so much marijuana going around that place. You call a contact there. Also, I saw a Kevin Hart concert there. Not music, but Kevin Hart. But my favorite memory was the Jay-Z concert there when it was for the Blueprint 3, and that lineup was crazy. It was opening was J. Cole, Wale, NERD, Nerd, whatever, and then Jay-Z capped it off. And Jay-Z ended the concert playing doing Forever Young, and somebody in the crowd, he was talking to the crowd, somebody held up the D cap, and he's like, huh? Oh, exchange for exchange? Okay, this is don't be the only time I'm doing this, so y'all better get y'all cameras out. He took off the New York fitted and finished the show in the D fitted.
Man, when they show love like that, they do that in every city too. But
Right.
It's like, oh, they're doing it for us. Like they actually thought this through.
But I think I still have pictures of that. But you would never ever see any photo of Jay-Z in the D fitted again.
Yeah, I saw someone bring up Masonic Temple as a good venue,
That's
and
a good one.
that is a great venue. Like I think the last concert I went to there was Grizmas a couple years ago
Oh,
with our
those
boy
are crazy.
Grizz. Yeah, it was a great concert venue. And look at how beautiful that is inside the Masonic
Look
Temple.
at the architect in there, man. That's like my favorite part about there. The Fox Theater, the Fillmore. It's just so beautiful.
Yeah, I still call the Fillmore the State Theater. Like I always
Yeah.
get that mixed up, but
I've
yeah,
seen
the Fox Theater, absolutely gorgeous. I saw Dave Chappelle there a while ago.
I've done a couple concerts at the Fillmore. Who did I do
Look
there?
at that.
No, the Masonic. It was the Masonic Temple, and it was Chief Keef.
Oh, there you go.
That was
So you only go to ratchet ass concerts?
No. I go to more. At Royal Oak Music Theater, I've gone to the Internet. Love them. Her, Daily, Janae Aiko, whatever.
Aiko, baby.
I keep messing her
That
name
nip
up.
slip, baby.
Dude, so yeah, Joey and I, the big show at the Joe was going on at Joe Louis Arena, obviously, before they tore it down. And it was Big Sean, it was everybody on that. It was Big Sean, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole.
Kendrick and J. Cole.
All in one concert with Janae Aiko. And Big Sean and Janae Aiko are performing, and Janae Aiko's boobs popped out. And everybody, Joey and I are standing stage side. We're just like hitting each other with the elbow. Like, look,
It's a booby.
Now you start, so we're talking about, can we talk about concerts?
Now we're
out
talking
of
about
Michigan?
nip slips. Go ahead, Corey. What you
Yeah, I was
got?
gonna say, can we talk about concerts out of the state or just more?
No, this is more local venues that you
more
enjoy.
local than.
Yeah, I mean, you could. There's still other great venues around the country, though.
Yeah, I want to throw one on here. Shane Park for sure. The Aretha now. That's a beautiful venue, especially like you get the boats pulling up and all that. It's just, it's such a cool venue for that vibe. I mean, it's a smaller venue, so it's not any of the biggest concerts, but just look at that.
My main
I love
memory
that.
of there was Melanie Fiona and a Robert Thicke concert. Melanie Fiona killed it, but we can make any kind of bet. Nobody can tell me that Robert Thicke wasn't high out of his mind. He came in there like.
Yeah, he used to get zooted, man.
That one weed, man. I'm sorry.
Whenever I think of Shane Park, all I think of is Trick not allowing Rick Ross into it.
I was there.
You were there?
I
Really?
I was
That's
literally
awesome.
I was literally there because Delicious was one of the hosts for that show, and at that time I was her personal photographer.
Okay.
So I remember how that whole scene went down, and my guy JD was like, came back to me like, yeah, they not letting them in. So they're about to end the show.
The best is I'm sure we can search it and find it. The program director, I believe it was Hot 107.5 that was putting it on. The program director gets on stage. He's like, Rick Ross will not be performing tonight. He is scared for his life. There are men outside with guns that refuse to let him in. He will not be performing tonight. And I just couldn't imagine, man. This is like their big summer concert for the radio station, because I've done this when I was in charge of other radio stations. We put on big shows. I couldn't imagine walking on stage and being like who did we brought out one year? We brought out, let's say, T-Pain. I'd be like, T-Pain cannot perform tonight. Trick is outside with guns and not letting him in.
And that was a great show up until that point.
Yeah. Well,
that made it better.
No fly zone, baby. And it was just a bunch of Detroit dudes standing in front of those buses, not letting them to Aretha Franklin Amphitheater. Like, some of the most gangster shit I've ever seen in my life.
That you really, if you really had to be there to really understand. You could honestly feel the tension back there with that whole night. That whole night, it was like, oh shit, what's really about to happen?
What did they do after that? Did they just shut down the concert and that was it, or did they bring out an act? Or
no, from what I remember, that was it. Because I want to say, I know it was another artist at that show for some reason. I want to say Scarface, but I know it wasn't.
There's always multiple artists, so like I'm sure the opening guys were there, but
yeah, they were there, but it was just like literally they ended the show early, and I'm just like, yo, he really not coming.
We got to mention LCA. I know it's a new venue. I mean, we can mention the Palace. I've seen everybody at the Palace, from Kanye to Michael Jackson
to Justin Bieber
to Justin Timberlake to Dave Matthews once again. I mean,
those are easy. Like,
the
I feel
Palace.
like those big sporting venues. Obviously, it's gonna be a badass venue. Like, look at that. I think that might be the. What's that, Joe Louis or Little Caesars?
That is Little Caesars.
Just look at that.
Saw the Jay-Z 444 concert there.
How was it?
Jay-Z is just he's an incredible performer. I mean, you say what you want about him as a rapper, whether you like him or not. He puts on a hell of a show.
Yeah,
hell of a show.
No, Jay-Z's great. When he was at Comerica Park with Eminem, that was all time great, because they brought out everybody. Like, they were just putting on. That was when they were only doing shows, one in New York and one in Detroit. That's
50
it.
Cent hated that.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was literally just those.
It was just those two.
50 Cent hated that.
Why do you hate it?
Because he's a loyal Eminem guy, and he said that in his opinion, it didn't make any sense for them to do a show together because Eminem was the bigger artist, and Eminem is the main draw. And he said, Jay-Z had to partner with Eminem to get that money back after signing that deal with Live Nation.
Okay. I mean, listen, Eminem's gonna kill Detroit, Jay-Z's gonna kill New York. I thought it made sense.
Like I said, to me it made sense. I mean, of course they're gonna dominate each other's market because just whatever.
And have you guys ever been to a concert at Ford Field?
No.
I haven't actually.
Really?
Oh, yeah, I went to Taylor Swift for a little bit.
Yeah, this is from the Garth Brooks concert, but I mean, Ford Field is a cool venue to have it. I just think it sounds like shit inside Ford Field.
Yeah, it's too big. I mean, the way the sound bounces off in that venue, it's not the same.
Because I saw Eminem and 50 Cent there. I saw this Garth Brooks. I was at the Taylor Swift show as well. But yeah, that's
my favorite memory from that concert, I didn't go, but was when
Garth Brooks?
Yeah, no, I didn't go.
Oh, damn!
But I have the favorite thing about that concert was
when you went to Garth Brooks.
when he wore the Barry Sanders jersey, number 20, and they thought that he was promoting from Bernie Sanders.
Yes.
I forgot about
call,
that.
Corey.
I was crying
Good
because it
call.
said Barry Sanders 20, and they're like, "Get your politics out of here!" I'm like, it's fucking Barry, you idiots.
Yeah, oh my God, I did forget about that. People were like coming at him on the internet and stuff too, like tweeting, "I'm unfollowing Garth Brooks because of his how dare he support Bernie Sanders?" Oh,
that's so funny.
They thought the 20 was for 2020. God, people are
Dude,
so
I guarantee
stupid.
you he did that on purpose, too. That's so smart.
No, he was just trying to pay homage.
I'm saying smartness is like he knew it would blow up and he could defend himself on that one.
No way,
I'm
no
just saying.
way could he predict people would be that
blew
stupid.
up, dude.
I literally do not think that he thought that was going to happen. He probably just like, I'm at Ford Field. I'm going to wear one of the most iconic Lions jerseys.
Doesn't help that the jersey's blue.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, true.
There you go. But yeah, no.
No,
I
he
mean,
wore a gray one. It was gray and blue.
when you think Detroit, you think when you think Detroit and Lions,
You think
if
Bernie
you're not
Sanders.
from Detroit, you think Barry Sanders, right? Like if you're not from Detroit, it's two people, Calvin Johnson or Barry Sanders. I mean, if you're old school, we can go Bobby Lane and all those guys, but really, we've only had two great players that the rest of the country knows about. So.
I had a good fun time the next day because I trolled everybody. You know, I play around my Facebook profile picture. I put a picture of Bernie Sanders' face inside on a Barry Sanders' body running the ball.
Oh, that's funny. My thing about these venues, going back to this subject, is I love the outdoor venues. And you mentioned Little Caesars Arena. When we can actually get a concert going outside in that little pavilion out there, that to me is going to be badass.
Yeah, that outdoor
like imagine
stage.
that, like a little concert right there, right before a game.
You DJing, Joey. That's what I'm imagining.
That'd be fun.
A little put your hands up for Detroit.
Hands
So,
up
yeah,
for
if you
Detroit.
guys got other venues that we may have forgotten, please drop them in the comments and we'll address them. I just love that concerts are coming back, man. It's so good. Like, music unifies people. It's a lot like sports. Like, it unifies people. Everybody has a common interest, a rooting interest. Like, we could share something together, and that's what I love about going to concerts and just love about the energy that you get in those places. Like, I always get goosebumps at concerts, period. Always.
See, but imagine, like, not to like brag, but I mean, Stick and I used to go to concerts literally every week.
Yep.
So that was something we were so fortunate about being in the industry. But now, being in that for me 8 years, concerts every other weekend, to not having it for 16 months and then going back to it, it's going to just be a different appreciation.
Yeah. No, I think it's one of those things you took for granted. Like,
100%.
That was just life. And, you know, even basketball games and just anything with a filled arena, I think, is going to feel different. And I think we should all appreciate it a little more, because who would have thought that that could have been taken away?
You don't know what you got until it's gone or taken from you.
That is the truth. And yeah, so those are some of the venues in Detroit that we grew up on, that we love. If you guys got something else, let us know. Please do that. And we got to give a shout out to our peoples at Levels. Levels in Centerline. We were on a call with them yesterday, and they have some huge things planned for their grand opening happening next month. And I'm talking like life-changing giveaways, all types of fun stuff going on in their parking lot. So if you're in Centerline or near Centerline, get ready. We'll announce the date soon, but Levels is coming, and it's going to change the way you shop for your medical or recreational. So make sure you follow them at Enjoy Levels or go to enjoylevels.com.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back. It is the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for tuning in on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and, of course, Twitch. Make sure you're subscribing, following, liking, sharing, dropping stars, just doing whatever you have to do to be a part of the show, and we appreciate you for communicating with us and, you know, just adding to this, because it's no fun if we're just talking to ourselves. We like to interact with you guys, so thank you so much for interacting with us. We also got a phone number if you want to call it, 313-552-6322. We'd love to talk to you, and make sure you download the app. So, rookie mini camps are starting in the NFL. Joey, you announced it yesterday in your news. Penei Sewell is not going to be a part of ours due to COVID. So let's focus on another rookie. His name is Derrick Barnes. He was a linebacker. We discussed that we're switching to a 3-4 defense this year, and this is the guy that's probably most likely going to be the mic on the 3-4 defense. And from what I'm hearing is the Lions got a lot of praise for drafting this guy when they did. So, Corey, what do you think about Derrick Barnes? Look at this guy, too. Like, this is a great highlight.
Purdue
reel.
got some badass uniforms, too.
They are sweet. Did you guys ever watch Looney Tunes or Animaniacs back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Remember Perfecto Prep? They got the Perfecto Prep uniforms.
See, I don't remember those, to be honest.
Okay.
I mean, this guy is a disruptor. He is just extremely physical. And he's gonna lay some wood to some people.
Yeah,
that's the one thing that I really do like about the defense that they got. They didn't. I mean, of course, these guys that they drafted can play good defense, but they drafted some violent guys.
Yes,
some violent guys, and I think he's gonna be a very violent player. I thought I was at first still very high on Jabril Cox when he was out there. I felt he was one of the best coverage linebackers out there. But I mean, again, Brad Holmes said that they were going to draft to the culture of the team, and he's done that. So you know what? If you go out and do what you say you're gonna do, I can't do anything but like, all right, you have a plan. I'm with it. I want to see how it goes out. I think he's gonna be a good addition here. I want to see what Aaron Glenn does with them and what kind of packages they run out there, because 3-4 here in Detroit, that's gonna be pretty interesting to see.
And I feel like he goes for the kill shot too. When you watch this guy on defense, every single hit is just extra. Him going all the way through to make sure that you get down and not just trying to bring down the offensive player that you're going after. He goes for the kill shot every single hit, as you see in those replays.
And he's just a thick dude, man. Like, you see him out on the field, it's like, that's a grown man playing against boys out there. And when you look like that in college, hopefully that game translates to the pros. He's getting a lot of compliments from scouts. You know, he can play 3 downs. He's going to be more of a zone coverage guy than a man coverage guy. He can go sideline to sideline. Considering he's a 1-year starter inside, he did exceptionally well. He added value because he can rush the passer from the outside as well. And that's what I love about the 3-4 defense. Like, you know, when the genius was here, we had 4 down linemen. You know those 4 guys are going to be rushing every single play, right? Unless you're running a stunt where you drop some guy back and, you know, then you blitz a linebacker. But that all comes with experience and know-how. With the 3-4, the offensive lineman can key 3 guys, but they don't know which is the 4th rusher or even if there will be one. And when you got a guy like Derrick Barnes that's going to hold it down in the middle and can strike the fear of God into that offensive line, like, is he coming? Is 55 coming? Is Mike coming?
Are you sending him because he could get there quickly?
Yeah, I love that, especially since all the scouts are saying that he's got sideline to sideline speed too. Like, they're saying he's, you know, a 3-down defensive, you know, linebacker that you don't have to take him out of the game. And you know, I just love this draft pick, and the more I read about it, because I was so high on Sewell, I spent all my time researching Sewell.
Yeah.
Didn't really dive deep into these 2nd and 3rd round guys.
I definitely did not expect. Like I said, again, I was all on Cox when Barnes came. I'm like, crap.
Were you, Corey?
Yeah, Corey, how was being all
Tell
on
us
Cox?
about that experience, Corey.
Oh, I was all for drafting Jabril Cox, but after doing some research on Derrick Barnes after we selected him, I'm like, all right, again, I'm for it. Just curious to see how he's gonna do. There were some questions about his player development. When we'll see how that goes. I'm curious to see if he's gonna take on that biting kneecaps mentality from Dan Campbell. But the one good thing I do like about him is they said that if needed, the guy can play on the edge. So
yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I know you wanted Cox in Detroit. It's just
lots of them.
Barnes is a freaking beast. What do you got to say about his cock?
Nothing. Not
well, here's what some other scouts had to say about Derrick Barnes. He plays like a pro, just his assertiveness. Some blockers will knock him down because he's not very tall. He's a little limited in tight spaces. I think he's a plug-and-play linebacker, and he's so physical and mean. So that goes kind of to your point about does he fit the Dan Campbell mold? And one scout thinks that. And then, obviously, after the Senior Bowl and his pro day, another 3rd scout. I hate how these are anonymous. I wish I could contribute these quotes to somebody or attribute these quotes to somebody. His pro day was pretty damn good. I really liked the blitzing and pass rushing. He was good with the speed to power stuff. He just lacks size there. And I thought he lacked quickness and coverage. He's a great person. He'll be a beast on special teams wherever he goes. And once again, I think that's another nod to his mentality because special teams guys are absolutely insane.
And that's, you know what, on the NFL.com, that is really have him graded as right now a good guy for a backup or on the special teams. One of the knocks they do have on him is that he doesn't play at his top speed on a consistent basis, and that he kind of sometimes struggling with his balance as an open field tackler. So those are things that, you know, I believe he'll be able to improve over time. You know, like I said, his tape looks good. Just we're going to see how he does as a Lion.
And where we got him to in that 4th round, I feel like this is going to translate into a steal of this draft. And then hearing that all these other scouts and players of other teams are texting the team and congratulating on what a good pick makes me a little bit excited.
You know what that reminds me of? When you were in high school and you brought like a hot girl out and all your boys are like texting you like, "Oh man, good job, good job."
Like right there next to you.
We
and they're
pulled a
texting
4th
you.
round pick and everybody's texting us like, "Hey, your girl's looking nice, man. How'd you pull her?" Like, no way you pulled her in the 4th round.
No,
like,
I got her in the 4th round.
Yeah,
no.
she a 4th round pick, but she's still good. Like that used to be one of my favorite things. Obviously, Joey and I went to all boys Catholic schools, and so we weren't around girls all day. But basketball games, you'd want to bring your girl. But if you came with a girl that wasn't up to par, you knew you were going to hear it from the entire fucking student section. Like, damn, Day can't even get a girl. Like, look at that one he brought with him and stuff like that. But when you brought a baddie in, it was like, good job, high fives all over. Like, damn, Day, how'd you pull that girl? It's like, well, I talked to her.
Dude, it's so bad because obviously like, I always go to high school games every single Friday. That's something that we're so big about on this network, and we're going to continue to be.
Hell yeah.
Going to these high school games now and seeing how these student sections react. If it's like a rivalry school, like Chippewa, Dakota, for example, one of the biggest rivalries in the state, you see the Chippewa student section going after the Dakota quarterback for the girl that he's smashing because it used to be one of their old girls. It is the greatest thing in the world. I love it.
Yeah, I used to love high school basketball games, man. We'd walk around at halftime and try to recruit girls from the other school. You know, if we were ever playing a public school, you'd be like, hey, what, you want to come sit with some winners? You want to come sit over here? Now, obviously, I wasn't on the basketball team, so I wasn't part of that, but I could still pull girls at halftime.
Sticks like our basketball team still sucked, but I was still doing it.
I was still trying. So, yeah, that's how I feel about Derrick Barnes. Like, we just brought the hot girl to the party, and everybody's texting us being like, good job, Lions. And for a 4th-round pick to get this type of love, I haven't seen that in a long time for the Detroit Lions.
Outside of a 4th-round pick, I've never seen the Detroit Lions get universal praise for their entire draft. Even out of the people that hated the draft, the lowest grade they've given the Lions draft was a B-. So I'm thrilled. I just hope the product looks good.
Hey, we'll find out, man.
We're going to find out.
Dude, so many people were clowning me yesterday for my 8-9 prediction. Like, showing up to softball, people were like, 8-9, huh? I'm like, yes, yes. It blows my mind that I could pick them to have a losing record and still be accused of being a homer.
I got accused of being a homer for picking 6 wins. So I guess everybody believes that the Lions are going to be under a 6-win team of the 4 to 5 wins. So
fans of Detroit, haters of Detroit Lions, whatever you are, they say 5-win team. That's all they're going to be. If it's anything above 5, you're an idiot.
But here's the thing about it. They're predicting a 5-win team, right? And because they're saying that they need to rebuild. Then what's going to happen is when that 5-win season happens, oh my God, why did they get Dan Campbell? Now they're a 5-win team. Blow it up again.
No. He's here for 6 years. Deal with it. What's up, Fishy?
So Paula's on the hook from 3 to 5.
Yes, she is.
And she predicted 10 wins. And no one came at her.
Well,
like, I wanted Adam to come at her. He didn't want to do it. I mean,
Adam
you
can
got
call
roasted.
me a stupid bitch. He can't call Pilar a stupid bitch.
No, I didn't want to do that. But just, tell her why. Like, why does she think the Lions are going to go 10 wins? Like, why is she doing that? Maz and D-Mac went on her a little, but not as much as they went on you.
Well, I'm used to it, man.
And she picked 10 wins.
That is, even I'll say that's aggressive because I said 8 wins at the very, very max for the Detroit Lions, and that's what blew my mind. I still picked them to have a losing record. You guys were like, you're a homer. It's like, no.
47% win on the season. 47 coming at you.
So, Fish, how many wins? We didn't ask you yesterday. How many wins do you think the Lions will have?
Oh, boy. It's a rough one. 4 to 5.
Okay. So you think I was overshooting?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have them losing I have them losing to the Steelers, the Browns, that tough teams they have to play. I have them losing the Bears on Thanksgiving because I feel like Thanksgiving, it's the holiday. The Bears are going to come out hungry. They also have some what do they have? They have like some Thanksgiving thing that they do, like the best runner or the best player of the game gets like a turkey leg or something. I feel like that
the turducken.
And I feel like they're going to be wanting that. The game's on Fox, or it's on CBS, I believe, on Thanksgiving. So I believe they're going to come out. Fields is probably going to throw for 800 yards, as all Bear quarterbacks do against the Lions. So I feel for them. 49ers. I think the 49ers are going to win by like 2 or 3.
Okay.
And then the last Packers, they'll probably lose to the Packers even if Aaron Rodgers isn't there, because Packers just seem to always beat us.
All right. Well, I got clowned for my 8 and 9 prediction, but you know what? I'm sticking with it. You're not going to budge me off of that. So, yeah, we wanted to touch on Derrick Barnes and how he's being revered around the NFL, and it's good for the Lions to get that. So, thank you very much, Brad Holmes and Chris Spielman. I don't think we've been giving enough love to Chris Spielman this whole time. So, thank you for you guys selecting one of the best drafts so far, at least, that everybody feels that the Lions have had in a long time. We'll be right back. We got Joey's news on the way. You ready, Joey?
Game time.
Game time. Next on Woodward Sports.
Hey guys, I'm D-Mac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
All right.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm D-Mac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm D-Mac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Good
morning, everyone.
Extra, extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go. You're going to be reading about this in the news. Hopefully, Governor Whitmer opening up the world a little bit here soon. It's starting to happen in Toledo.
Open up the world.
I mean, yeah, she got control of the whole world.
I saw somebody say that.
World.
So the CDC came out yesterday that, you know, the people who've been vaccinated don't have to wear masks. And my buddy was like, does that apply to the country of Michigan too?
That's so true.
Right?
And it ain't even a stab at her. It's just the truth of what this has been the last 16 months.
Right. But go ahead.
But what I was saying, starting June 8th, Fifth Third Field will open their Toledo Bud Hens facility back to full capacity. So jealous. Hopefully it'll be here soon. At this rate, we'll see.
We'll see.
Life goals right here to be able to have hands like this at this age of this young fella at probably 70 or so years old. Dude out there at the ballpark in front of his girl, impressing her.
Now watch it get rolling. Now watch the footwork here.
Bottom left. Look
He's
right
going to go and reach. Seat gets in the way. Can't hold up. Look at
He fell. The hat dropped. But look what is still in that left hand.
Hey, nice effort.
The ball.
I could have told you were going to fall. She never got out of her chair. She's smart. She would have fell too.
The best part is his feet flopping up too. Like, Alex, can you replay that one more time? He falls down and it's like a cartoon. You just see his feet pop up from behind. Play that one more time for us, Alex.
It's like slow motion too, the way it happens.
Poor guy. But he caught the ball, man. Watch. Here he goes. He's about to disappear. Up, up, up. And watch the feet. Boop. They just pop up out of nowhere. I love that.
The Detroit Tigers sweep the series with the Kansas City Royals after beating them 4-3 yesterday.
Bring out the brooms.
Bring out the brooms for real. It sucks because the record of our team right now ain't crazy. But we're starting to at least get some W's. That's all that we could ask for.
Yeah, they put together a nice fourth inning yesterday. You know, it looked good. We got some hits, but Dew got an RBI. Miguel Cabrera scored a run. So it was a nice team win yesterday.
Yes, it could have been real ugly for the Space Dogs, our very own softball team with Adam and Stick. but they came back from this 11-0 deficit to win the game 16-15 at Drake Park in West Bloomfield, Michigan.
All right, Adam, our first night of softball. What are you predicting?
Mercy.
Mercy?
Yeah, mercy.
For us or them?
No, us.
That's my favorite. For us or them?
Go Space Dogs, Woodward Sports. We are in Farmington Hills, Drake Park. Look at that sunset.
Adam looks
All right, update on the game. Adam, what happened, motherfucker?
Down 11-0. They didn't believe in us.
No.
We didn't believe in us. And we fucking came back.
Yeah,
baby.
what was the final score? 16-15.
16-15.
Welcome to the fall.
And listen, we got to celebrate them by going to Vegas to a Raiders game because freaking I'm so jealous of this. Look at how their end zone looks right here. It's like a freaking club, literally.
I love this. The booths and everything. It's like 350 Terrace downtown, except at a football game.
I
It
love
seriously
350
is.
Terrace.
Yeah. Shout out to DJ Godfather.
Greatest venue in Detroit for real. But look at that. It's so beautiful.
Dude, can you imagine going there and just having a booth watching the Lions play the Raiders?
Like, it'd be fun enough to just go to a Raiders game.
Yeah.
But to go and sit in that booth right there. What's
You
that
going
right
to
there?
the football game and getting bottle service.
That's the hallway into it.
Oh, that's the field straight through?
Yeah, field straight
Wow.
through. And I think there's one more picture, too. But, yeah, no, they got a really cool thing. And then I forget what stadium it is. They got this players' bridge now to where it's like over the fans and the players walk over the bridge and everybody like clapping at them like they're Roman gods going into the Coliseum. Like, it's great.
Jacksonville got the jacuzzi out there.
Yeah,
That's sweet.
The hot chicks out there.
I mean, heck yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they pay those chicks or they just, like walk around like, hey, you're hot?
It's Jacksonville. All of them are actually pretty good looking out there.
Yeah, but it's Florida, so they're all trash.
That's true. That's true. And Udonis Haslem is now 40 years old, and the dude's still playing in the NBA. But I love this right here. The oldest player in the NBA over the last 20 seasons to get ejected from a game makes his debut of this season because he's been out, only to get ejected from this game 3 minutes into it.
Now Haslam's having words
Altercation right here with Dwight Howard.
I'm loving this right now. Oh, here we go.
Pointing the finger may have made.
Shout out to OU's Kendrick Nunn right there.
He talked about his toughness before, Reggie. There is.
I can't get used to Dwight Howard with dreads. Like, it just doesn't. It does not make sense to me. They just look awful. Doesn't it look like Dwight Howard just went on a Caribbean vacation and came back?
Like one of them basic bitches they always go get their dreads.
Just braid my hair, please, with the little beads.
He's, you know what? I'm not gonna make the Dwight Howard joke, but he's just really become. Damn, I can't say what I want to say without making a joke.
All right,
Dwight Howard really become the butt of a lot of jokes lately. Take that any way you want.
It's crazy. Think about Udonis Haslem in any other jersey besides a Miami jersey. It just does not look right, sound right whatsoever. That's one of those guys that just got to stay there for the rest of his career, no matter
17 years with the same team. That's amazing.
17.
Amazing.
Been there for all of the Heat championships, especially that fraudulent 06 one, but we're not going to talk about that.
Fraudulent.
Only 2 more games left for our Detroit Pistons. Tonight, one of them, and then Sunday, the next. And the former Pistons should be its own segment on our show at this point because we're always talking about where a former Piston is right now. Always dog on Blake Griffin. Right now, we got to talk about Stanley Johnson dropping 35 points. This was a career night for him. Career high numbers. 10 rebounds, shooting 54% from the court. 6 3-pointers made. Hell of a game for him right there.
I mean, hey, shout out to Stanley, man. He dropped his total points for this whole year in one game.
Yeah, I'm just happy he's alive. So, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm just happy to hear he's living and thriving and doing well. Congrats, Stanley.
Thought he was in Raptors catering.
Yeah.
Can you play that last play right there again? Look how bad this play was. He gets the defender up in the air, and he does the pump. You do the pump fake. You wait for that defender to come down. Whoop. The dude just went straight into it.
It's because he got that man strength, baby. He can take that hit.
Just look at this guy and just say, man, that could have been Devin Booker.
Oh, jeez.
Hey.
Moving on.
Could be a new career for you. You got to check them out for yourself. northwesterntech.edu is the website. A 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. Heating and cooling. It's starting to get hot right now. Something that is top priority if you're having some issues with that because It's heating and cooling. 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program. It's not going anywhere. This industry is a top priority. So pick an industry that you're going to be doing well in because you're going to make a lot of money in this. northwesterntech.edu. That's where you got to get your start. Hey, it's Joey from Woodward Sports at my favorite downtown Fenton, Bridge Street Exchange. Let's go check out their beautiful store. You know we love Michigan summers. Got to turn up on the lake. Pre-made mixed drinks. They even got their own beautiful Bridge Street Exchange t-shirts. I got mine on. Jewelry, they got you here. I got mine on. Titanium Buzz. If you're not quite ready to ask that big question yet with the jewelry, look nice for your girl. They got polos. And last but not least, the most comfortable shoes on the planet. Hey Dude. They're literally called Hey Dude. Shop here at Bridge Street Exchange, downtown Fenton. Support a locally owned business.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for being a part of the morning show this morning. The interesting part about being right here in downtown Birmingham in our studio, obviously, we're inside the Lady James World Headquarters, so we get to see people getting their hair cut all day. And it's not every day somebody qualifies for the PGA Tour. And, like, out of nowhere, one of the girls cutting his hair came up to me, and they're like, you got to meet my client, Tim. He just qualified. He's going to be on the PGA. And that, to me, it was awesome. And we were talking before the show today. No other sport does this. You know, like,
it's amazing.
Imagine if Adam and I had a good softball game and the Tigers just called us right up, you know? So let's introduce him. Congratulations, first of all, everybody. This is Tim Pearce.
Timmy!
Tim.
Yeah, thank you.
How you feeling, Tim?
I'm feeling excited but nervous, but everything above. I don't know. I'm just ready to go.
So walk us through your early stages of your career. Obviously, this is going to be that first big jump, a leap of faith in yourself to go to that next level.
Sure. So ever since I qualified a couple weeks ago, they've asked me to kind of dig back and find some old pictures and videos. Luckily, I found my second birthday was when I first picked up my plastic set of clubs, and that's when I started.
So
then
like
I kind of
Tiger
grew
Woods.
up. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, not quite, but we're there. We're getting on the way. But yeah, so I've been playing golf ever since I grew up, and this was a lifelong dream of mine, and now it's here this early is incredible. So
how old are you, if you don't mind
I'm
me
25.
You're 25, and you just made the PGA Tour.
Yeah, well, specifically, I qualified for the PGA Championship next week. So it's
You're playing
major
in a PGA event.
Anything that got them 3 letters, you're the man.
Correct.
Anything.
Correct. So super excited. It's incredible. I mean, to play in an event is one thing, but a major championship is a whole other level.
He's not just playing in any event; he's playing in a major.
Yeah, and we're watching your final putt right now to qualify.
Nice.
Earns first PGA. So yeah, I mean, Joey said kind of walk us through, but like that round and all that, the pressure that comes with it, and what do you do for a living? You're a golf pro?
Yeah, I'm a golf pro. So I teach here at Birmingham Country Club.
Okay.
Teach kids all ages. Just running the show, just running the tournaments there at the club, and playing with members and having a blast.
So how does it work? Because I'm new to the golf world, and I honestly have never even played yet.
Sure.
I'm going to start to learn it. How does it work in the golf world to where all of a sudden you qualify? Like, how do they seek you out?
Haven't you ever seen Happy Gilmore?
Yeah, is that exactly how it is?
That's how you qualify, baby.
Just hit bombs. You just got to hit bombs. No, this specifically, there's a Michigan tournament that qualifies you for the national tournament. From the national tournament, they take a very select number of guys to play in the PGA Championship for that year. So that's how I routed it. It was my first try, and I guess that kind of freed me up. Maybe I thought I'd play in a few of them in my lifetime. So the fact that my first one, maybe I could get it done, would free me up a little bit, and here we are. It's crazy.
So is your lifetime goal to become a professional golfer?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's everyone's goal that's in the business. I mean, that's kind of the underlying goal. That's why we got into the business. But, I mean, if we can, play in any tour event, I think we're happy at that point. So
that's amazing.
Crazy. Yeah,
that's sick. I mean, I'm just trying to figure out like what type of practice is that like daily? Because I'm ignorant to it.
Yeah, I mean, me compared to Jordan Spieth or Tiger Woods, those guys are practicing 10 hours a day.
Gotcha. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, I'm working 60 hours a week.
Oh yeah.
So, but that's still practice for you, though.
Still practice. I'm playing here and there, and I try to squeeze in as much practice as possible. But it's pretty incredible that we can, work a 40, 50, 60-hour job and still be able to do this. So it's pretty cool. You know, I mean, we're not on the level of all those other guys, but if we had 60 extra hours a week to practice and play, maybe some of us would make it. So
what's going through your mind on that last putt to qualify? Like all the pressure's on you, and you know golf is a slight half-inch off.
Yes.
Like you're gonna lip out, and all of a sudden you're not making it.
Yeah, and a putt can never be short enough, really.
Right,
I mean, that
right.
putt was a 1.5 feet, and it felt like 20 miles. So
what do you think of approaching that putt?
You know what? I just tried to clear everything out. I mean, you almost try to think of nothing. So, I mean, you know what's at stake. It's really hard not to think about something like that. But, yeah, just put the ball in the hole, and it barely actually went in. I was very nervous. Couldn't feel my hands, couldn't feel my feet. But when that putt dropped, everything released, and it was a fantastic feeling.
So what's the next step from here? Obviously, you're going to be playing in this PGA event. You know, if you do well in this event, what number do you have to hit to qualify for other events?
So I think, you know, they take about 140 guys, I think, are in the event, and I think the top 70 make the cut after 2 days.
Okay.
Other than that, I haven't really thought that far. The fact that I'm there alone is kind of like I accomplished my goal. So
no, don't
from
just
here
be
on
happy
out,
to be there, man. You're there to fucking win that stuff.
I was just about to ask him, what would go through your mind if you just win?
Oh, man, I haven't been able to think that far. But, you know, I've had a couple interviews where they're like, you know, how's it going to feel hitting balls next to Rory McIlroy and Dustin Johnson? And it was like, never even thought about that, you know. So hitting balls in the range was like the first thing that I needed to think about. Winning the whole thing, I have no idea what I'm going to act.
It's going to be like Tin Cup. You're at the driving range
right.
warming up and just sculling them right down and hitting those guys.
That's
Be like,
right.
who hit that?
Yeah.
Who hit that?
No, if I'm not going to win, hopefully I can have a hole-in-one or something that, you know.
A defining moment.
Correct, yeah. So hopefully we'll have one of those. But I leave tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll practice Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then we get to go. We're, you know, tournament starts Thursday.
Did they already let you know who you're paired with or no?
Not yet. I think Monday, Tuesday I find out. So that's meager.
I need to know if he's going to have odds on my bookie because I'm going to play some money.
They are up there. I checked a couple days ago. And, yeah, so I'm 500 to 1.
All right.
Great bet.
I'm putting it.
Great bet.
I got $10.
Yeah, $10 worth it.
Yep.
I'm favored over 3 guys in the field.
Hey.
Favored over 3 guys. That's pretty cool. So some big names: Vijay Singh.
Oh wow.
Y.E. Yang, who's won a PGA Championship, and John Daly.
Your favorite over John
Daly? Yeah. So
What?
I might have to stick it to him a little bit.
All right, so how much do we got to pay you to wear Woodward sports gear? That's what I'm asking right now.
Whatever you want. I would love to wear. I would love to wear Woodward sports.
Okay.
Hometown.
I mean, we'll get you something by tomorrow that you do, a nice polo or something. What's your brand?
Oh man, anything really.
Anything?
Yeah.
So you don't
I'm
have
not
a
picky.
sponsor yet?
Yeah, just anything that's small.
Anything? Okay. All right. Fish, you got a question, buddy?
Yeah, thanks for joining us, by the way. They're playing in South Carolina. It's kind of a linksy course. Have you played at a course like this?
You know what? 2 months ago, I was actually able to go, and I played in a pro-am at the Ocean course that I'm playing. It was 1,400 yards shorter and a much different situation than next week. But, yeah, I was able to see it, and it's, you know, I'm lucky to know where I'm going and what it looks like and all that. But when I walk through the ropes, it's going to be a different feeling.
This is so amazing, man. Like, honestly, you gotta feel like you're living a dream right now.
Yeah.
It's
It's incredible, really, yeah. I haven't really come down, so, yeah, it's the best high you could ever have, really.
Well, I can't wait for like 5 years from now. Tim Pearce is going to be winning championships, and we're like, we had him on the show right when he made it. Dude, so you got family, you got friends, or any of them coming with you?
Yes, my whole family. I got my caddy, my buddy Trent. He's bringing his whole family. I've got 6 buddies coming, 2 from California. I mean, it's a really cool deal. I mean, the fact that my friends just picked up everything and they're coming no matter what, they wouldn't miss it. So it means a lot.
My friends made a PGA tournament. I'm packing. Hey, where y'all?
We made it, y'all. We made it.
My boy playing for the Space Dogs at softball league. I'm going to watch him.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, there you go.
That's awesome, man. Like it's just something like. Obviously, it's a surreal moment for you.
It's insane.
Because you think of the odds of something like this happening.
Yeah.
1 in a freaking billion nationwide to be able to have this opportunity and to be sitting with us here. Like, that's something that we just personally want to thank you for being here.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. This is an honor. Yeah, right in my hometown, repping the Birmingham. It's great.
You're from Birmingham?
I'm from Birmingham.
Where'd you go to high school?
I went to Seaholm.
Seaholm?
Nice.
Went to Seaholm on the Maple, and then I went to Ferris State. But I'm a Michigan
someone
man.
mentioned Ferris State, so they must know you in
Nice,
the chat.
nice.
So it was like, yeah, you went to Ferris State.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Nice. That's cool. Yeah, go Bulldogs.
My man just looks like a freaking pro golfer, right? For real, with the hat, just the whole outfit. We got.
I need to work out a couple more times, but we'll work on that.
Were you on the golf team at Ferris?
I was not. I tried to walk on. It never worked out, but
you
yeah.
You tried to walk on and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
So,
boy, that coach looks like a fool right now.
Right. There's another life lesson to people, though. Like, just because you don't strike gold early on in something, don't give up on it. Keep at it. Keep chipping away. And, you're not that far removed from college. And here you are going to play in a PGA.
Yeah, it's so cliche, but hard work really does pay off. And that's all I've been doing for the past 2-3 years since school. So it is what it is, man. It's great. It's awesome.
One of our commenters is asking, is it going to be televised?
Yes, it'll be on ESPN Thursday, Friday, and then ESPN in the morning Saturday, Sunday, and CBS in the afternoon Saturday,
all right, we got to get this guy Woodward Sports stuff.
We got to.
Yeah,
what
that's
kind
right.
of stuff you want? What's the main things you want?
I mean, whatever. Hat, logo, polo. I mean,
honestly,
that's it,
tell us what you want. We're getting it done today because you fly out what?
Put
tomorrow?
you on the bag or something.
You fly out tomorrow or
something?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh man, we'll get this done.
Yeah, that'd be great. It'd be awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
You should be proud of yourself. This is
I
great.
am super proud. Yeah, super pumped for not only myself, but the membership at Birmingham, my friends, my family, everybody. It's awesome. It's
This
great.
is going to be the first time I watch golf and Tiger Woods is not part of it.
Hey, that's my job. I'm trying to get more people into it, so that's awesome.
I'm putting money on it too. Let's do that.
Yeah, let's put some money on our boy Tim.
Let's do it.
But if you miss that short putt, man, I'm gonna be so pissed.
I'll only miss it if it's a prop bet. I'll miss it for you.
Well, thank you so much, Tim Pearce. He's from Birmingham, playing in a PGA event this weekend that will be televised. Great guy, man. You seem very humble. It was cool just to walk over and be able to talk to you.
Thanks, man.
Big things on the horizon. You're only 25 years old, so like you said, man, just keep working hard at this, and screw that college coach.
That's right. That's right. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Seriously,
Tim, for coming
thanks.
on with us. We got Fish's Facts coming up next. Unless, Joey, you want to shout out Northwestern Tech real quick?
I do want to shout them out because it's the heating and cooling school that works, so we got to show them love. We can never show them enough love because they are that amazing. NorthwesternTech.edu, 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program.
Morning, Art. Morning, D-Mac. Welcome. It is the Woodward Sports Network. Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show. My name is Stick. Thank you guys for being a part of the show this morning. We're on every morning 8 to 10 right here on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. It is a little past 9:50.
That's what it is. It's going to be hot today.
It is hot
I'm
today.
feeling it right now.
Yep, but it's also sundress season, so we're happy about that.
Yes, Lord.
Hi, Alyssa.
Corey, 2 thumbs up.
Fish, let's hit them with your facts, baby.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish. Fish facts.
It's fish!
Let's do it, buddy. Go
Today
into the weekend
is
strong.
Friday.
Finish strong,
Alyssa,
Fish.
right
Yes.
behind you. Fish, move over to the side a little bit.
Oh, hold up. Let me put my camera on here.
No, it's on. You're good.
No, well, it's not on for me. I got the phone callers in.
Oh.
Anyways, please don't call. We start with facts today, though. We start with a video, as always. And we go out to the Highlanders and Reds from this morning. This is a game where the Highlanders ended up scoring 35 seconds into the game.
Ooh.
They ended up getting the ball, and they ended up scoring. So it was a good game. It was 40-18 the boy team won by. And they start off strong. The Reds won their final last week. So they were on a high. And, of course, when you're on a high, you sink and go down. But
Yep.
It's a good game. Rugby's a great sport. If you want to watch it, it's one of the best there is. I like them all. I try to follow one sport and say I love them, and then it changes and I don't.
Yeah, it's whatever season it is. That's what sport you love.
Basically.
Yeah.
All right, we start off with Liverpool. You talked about Liverpool earlier. LeBron James on part of them. Jurgen Klopp earns his first win at Old Trafford and Liverpool's first victory there in 7 years.
Nice.
So they're looking good. They may not get a Champions League spot, though. Kings.
The what league? The what league,
Damn
Fish?
The champions. Do, 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 do.
Thank you, sir.
It's always.
What's their finals happening May 29th? Kings, they have missed the playoffs for the past 15 straight years. Ties the longest postseason drought in NBA history since the Clippers in 1977 to 1991.
Told you Halliburton's trash.
He's injured right now, but that's all right.
Trash.
Well, someone else who possibly is trash, Joel Embiid. Last night, he got 6 points, 2 rebounds, 4 turnovers. That's the fewest rebounds he's ever gotten when playing 25-plus minutes in a game.
All right.
So
he's a
not
beast.
looking good.
Look at that.
We have
Huge
some
stat
stats. We have some baseball for you, Stick. Big baseball fan you are.
Yes, sir.
The Indians have already been no-hit twice this season. The Mariners, who they played last night, currently being no-hit through 7, have already been no-hit once. We've only had 2 teams each no-hit 2 times in a single season in MLB history. That's the Dodgers and Mets. A lot of words to go through that, but once you digest it, you get it. And then Zach Plesac, who was on the mound yesterday in that game, who was the starter both times when the Indians were no-hit this year. He's one of 2 pitchers to start 2 such games for a single season, along with Jim Perry, a Tiger, in 1973.
Steve Perry.
He'd be the first to start 2 times and throw a no-hitter in the same year.
All right. Love it, Fish.
And
Keep
then
it going,
today
man. Finish strong, buddy.
Is May 14th. And 1918, Sunday baseball was made legal in Washington, D.C.
This country's so weird with some of the laws.
And then 1995, we talk about Tom Brady being the oldest quarterback. 43 years and 162 days was John Burridge was the oldest player to appear in a Premier League match.
How old
was he?
was
A
he?
goalie. 43 years and 162.
Yeah, he's no Gordie Howe.
Mostly you're going to see goalies be the oldest player because all they do is stand there and catch the ball. But it's a hard position.
That's still hard.
They don't have to run, right?
Yeah, it's a very hard position, but
Less
they
of
don't
a
have to
toll on the
run.
body.
They don't have to run as much as some of the other people do. We have a birthday today. My team's QPR, by the way. They have a birthday. Roy Halladay. It is his birthday today.
Good pitcher.
1977. Sadly, he died in 2017.
Yeah.
But he was a great pitcher for the Phillies, Blue Jays. He had a no-hitter, I believe. No-hitter, a perfect game, one of those.
Okay.
And then we go to Stick, or Joey. We have a wedding today.
Woo!
Ending off the week strong. Abby Wambach played on the U.S. national team 2017. She married an offer. Glennon Doyle Melton.
Now you said she. You lost me at first when I saw that picture. I was like, that's a she.
Oh, that's Abby Wambach, yep.
Yeah, that is a she, Abby Wambach. She's won a few titles for the U.S. national team.
Yep.
She got that clean hair, though.
We'll see if they can win it again 2023 in my country, Australia, New Zealand.
All right.
My country.
Fish.
Wow.
Those are the facts. What, you want to?
Give them the thumbs up, buddy.
I
Those
will,
are the facts.
Well, I'm finishing. Those are the facts. We're going to have another good weekend. We got a finals weekend, sumo this weekend. A lot of fun stuff this weekend. So enjoy your stuff. And we have a guest here today to talk about another big event going on this weekend.
Yeah, well, let's do that.
That goes hand in hand, actually, with my dumbass of the day. So we got to do the dumbass of the day right now of my country, America.
America!
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
He crosses too many timeouts. It's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
Might have seen this headline about the Padres fan throwing the knockout punch at the Rockies game.
Yeah.
Whew. Here it is.
Ooh!
Mavs went crazy on this.
Out.
Right
Just
to
nighty
sleep,
night,
man.
No
Nighty
swing and a
night.
miss there.
Mavs went crazy as soon as he was like, fish, you got to see this.
Yeah, no, this
Like,
was...
one more time. Just look at him. Done.
But honestly, like, I'm not even mad at the Padres dude. I'm mad at the other dude. I don't know everything that was going on. I don't know the context of this.
There was an incident before.
Who
Yeah.
disrespected
Yeah, I
him.
got low
But
on
when
that.
somebody's approaching you with that type of anger and that, like, body posture, they're coming to fight, man. And the other guy's standing there with his arms down. Just
What?
Like, you can tell the guy that got punched has never been in a fight because he didn't know when to recognize he was in trouble.
Yeah.
Guy's got a lot of balls because it's an away game. He's wearing a Padres fan. They're in Colorado, so that certainly does not help.
And that may
That's a
have
good
had
point,
something to do with it, but yeah, I don't know the context. I don't know who was wrong, who was right. All I know is this goes back to what D-Mac said when he was breaking down his fight against Claude Lemieux. That's not a sucker punch. That's a cold cock. Because the difference... listen to D-Mac, what D-Mac said. The difference between a sucker punch and a cold cock, with a sucker punch, the guy doesn't see it coming. A cold cock, you're looking him right in the eye.
He had that for 5 seconds minimum.
Yeah,
that guy was walking across the room talking.
Didn't
he
even
had
do one of
time to
these,
put his
nothing.
dukes up. Art, how do you feel being our MMA guy? How do you feel about that punch? Clean?
It was a clean knockout. Don't get me wrong. Like, that was beautiful. But yeah, that was tough to watch. Not gonna lie. Like, he folded like a lawn chair. It was beautiful.
Well, and note to self, dudes that wear jerseys and have buzzed heads are normally the type of dudes that will swing on you.
Yeah, they've either served time or they've been in the Army and protect yourself at all times.
Yep, and that's it.
So.
It's boxing rules in life.
Yeah.
So
the Denver police come out with an update saying the person who threw the first punch was contacted by police. You see him in the Padres jersey there. But the person that got struck did not want to press charges, and no one was arrested.
I like that. Listen, you got knocked the fuck out. You pick yourself up and you move on.
That's true.
I just want to know why. Like, why? What led to that?
There was supposedly like an assault that happened between a woman, possibly. They were all going on Twitter about it. But regardless, keep your dukes up.
If you don't like that older dude that got knocked out, if he gets punched like that, knocked out, and you still don't press charges, you must have done something bad.
Yeah.
Can you play that one more time, Alex? Because I like watching the people around it, and there's a guy that starts to get into the melee at the end, and then you just see him throw his hands up and slowly walk away. Where is it? It's a little guy with a hat on, a little guy, blue hat. He's going to jump in the background. Right here. The guy.
Like, all right, yep, they got it.
Nope, they're good. They're good. Look at him. He walks away with it.
Like as if he threw the punch. I didn't do it, man. You didn't do shit.
He's 4 rows away.
I'm going to be a badass. No, I'm not.
Yeah, like his initial fight or flight was to fight, and then all of a sudden, like his thoughts overkicked him, and he was like, "No, I'm not a badass. I'm out of here." And literally walking away like this.
I want him to get knocked out next time.
That guy made the whole video for me.
Yeah.
Art, MMA happening this weekend. Run us through the card real quick.
Yeah, real quick.
Look, just to preface this, it's going to turn into a different Art. I'm just warning you, because when he talks about UFC, hear the passion in his voice come out.
El Passion.
Yeah, this sets the table for, honestly, McGregor and Poirier 3, because the winner of this fight is pretty much going to fight the winner of Poirier and Conor McGregor 3. So Michael Chandler, who in his first UFC fight got the win in the first round against Dan Hooker, going against Charles Oliveira, who's on an 8-fight win streak. We'll give you our picks later on today, but look at that face-off. Like, this is the thing. People are going to be like, oh, it's not a Conor card. I'm not watching. This sets the table for who Conor or Dustin faces. Like, this is a 155 showdown for the title now that Khabib's out of the picture. There's so many good fights on this card. Make sure that you check out the picks happening later today with the Art of Combat podcast.
I'm going to try to one-up you on the pick sticks. I don't know how it's going to work because you do some pretty talented things on there. So.
Thank you, man. Yeah, we got Art's MMA
I've been
picks.
doing good, 4-1 and then 3-2. So, I mean, it's not Adam numbers, but we'll get there. We're going to find out who's eating hot sauce or taking a taser after this weekend.
Well, it's going to be a fun weekend. It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Really the first one we've had here in Detroit in a long time. So get outside, enjoy it, enjoy some sports. We got to thank Tim Pearce for stopping by before he goes and plays in the PGA.
We're sending them off like proud parents
Yes,
today.
we are, man. Honestly, I just met the guy, and literally I'm your biggest fan. So I just want to let you know that. Like, your story's amazing to me. You guys have a great Friday. Baligian and Bell is up next, 11 to 1 with our very own Art. And then 3 to 5, The Hook is on with Darren McCarty, Pilar, and, of course, the lovely, sexy, sensual Maz. Thank you, Mikey.